later because it's a process. It's a process, okay? What's up with all the cameras? Cameras, I just see one. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Do you see two? Guys, don't freak me out. Don't freak me out. Okay, guys, so it's a progress, okay? I was on the Facebook group today, and if you guys did not know, let me tag it down below real quick. If you guys want to be a part of a free community on Facebook, we do have a Facebook group. It is tagged down below, guys. It is called Whatnot Resellers Network. It is $0 to sign up. And you guys can drop links to your show. Sugar Hill Market! What's up, guys? Welcome in. I hope you had an amazing show. Guys, if you're not already following my sweet friend, literally, Sugar Hill Market, please do so. Christine sells a lot of gourmet items, candies, popcorns, gummies, all that fun stuff. So if you guys want to continue your snacking journey, please make sure you go hang out with Sugar Hill Market. I hope you had an amazing show, friend. Welcome in. Guys, my name's Blasian Bunny. Welcome in. I sell exotic snacks from all over the world, but today, friends, we are doing a seller support. Thank you so much, Sassy. I appreciate you, love. Today's show is going to be geared towards sellers, seller support, or people thinking about being sellers, trying to understand what that means and what that journey looks like. Today's topic, guys, is going to be what to do before you hit the go live button, okay? Because I feel like there's a process to this, right? So going back, you had your first, my first show is Friday. Congratulations, Sassy Goat. That's really awesome. The hardest part is hitting the go live button for the first time. I promise you. Once you get over that, it's all good, okay? I will be honest with you guys. I still get nervous before I go live, okay? And I've been doing this for 2 years. 2 years. It feels like 10 years sometimes. I've been doing this for 2 years, and I still get nervous, guys. I have streamed. I looked at it last month. I have streamed over 1,000 hours. I've streamed over 1,000 hours on this platform, and I still get nervous. It's okay. It's okay to feel nervous. Okay, guys. So I want people to get that out of their mind. That's why we're starting with mindset. Get it out your mind that, okay, I'm gonna go ready when I feel ready. You ain't gonna never feel ready. You're never gonna know everything about Whatnot. Like I said, I've been selling here for 2 whole years, guys, and I still learning things. I am still learning things every single day on this platform, okay? So again, guys, if you want to be a part of that free community on Facebook, it is Whatnot Resellers Network. Make sure it's the one that has this picture right here because there are some that have very, very similar names, but just make sure it has that exact same picture, okay, guys? Okay, so you're never gonna be 100% ready. You just gotta go for it. You just gotta rip the band-aid off and you just gotta jump in, guys. I promise. Oh, let me go ahead and tag this really, really quick. Guys, if you wanna know when I do seller support shows like we're doing right now, sometimes I just feel like I wanna talk to you guys. And if you guys wanna be notified when I do seller support shows, all you gotta do, friends, do not buy the listing. I mean, unless you just wanna give me $1,000. All you have to do is click the photo right here, guys, and bookmark the item. Bookmark is that little flag in the corner right there. I'm really going to try my best to start doing these every Sunday, but I think I might be doing them throughout the week. I'm deciding on which day I want to do. Right now, I'm doing it every other Sunday, okay? So if you guys want to be notified when I do it, all you have to do is click that little button for seller supports, okay? All right. Do you have one? Do I have one? What, love? Oh, I need a checklist to not forget something, set up shipping, random pools, add giveaways. I do not have a checklist right now. I'm making one for you guys, but I don't have one to show right now. It is going to be a video that I'm dropping as well. If you guys don't know, I do also have a YouTube where I help new sellers gain confidence and boost their sales. It's going to be Blasian Bunny TV. So that is, Nelly, one of the videos that I'm coming up with you. I got you. Don't worry. I appreciate you. If you guys have topics that you want me to do, let me know. DM me like, Bunny, it'd be awesome if you did this. That way I can do that for you guys. Right now, my focus is shipping because I feel like out of all the questions I get, shipping is always my most asked question every single time, which totally makes sense. So yes, it is definitely on my to-do list. Okay, guys. So going back to mindset, okay? Here on Whatnot, you have to understand that it is a slow grind. Jade, I found you on YouTube this morning. Oh, thank you so much, Jade. I'm so glad to hear that those are helping you. Thank you for letting me know. That makes me feel good and to keep going to make more videos for you guys. So what we're gonna do, friends, mindset. Okay, so we talked about it's okay to feel nervous. That's okay. My friend Derek, Fundamentals guys, I'm sure you know who he is, but he always says, if you care, if you are nervous, that shows that you care. So if that helps you feel a little bit better about it, I'm always nervous. I'm always nervous. But the one thing that helped me, you guys can comment down below if you are a seller and you found something that makes you less nervous. Comment down below what you do. What I do to make myself less nervous is I think of my chat. Chat is like the people in your show. I think of them as if they are my friends, right? Like if I am sitting on my couch next to my best friend and I'm trying to explain to her about this particular product, depending on what you sell, right? Cookies, pair of shoes, jewelry. How would I explain it to my friend? I'd be like, girl, this is so good. You got to try this. I love the cheesiness of these chips. I like they have a little bit of salt to it too. Like just talk to your chat as if they're your friends. That made it a little bit easier for me to talk to you guys like normal because you're like, what do I say? Like, what if this or that? Yeah, I do, my love. So if you just DM me your email address, I will add you to the newsletter. So yeah, thanks for asking, love. What's up? Yeah, what's up, Jay? Hello, friends. Yeah, I even say it when you guys come in. I'm like, hi, friends, because in my mind, you guys are my friends. Like, even if you're coming just to hang out with me and say hi, like, you guys are my friends. So that makes it really easy for me as well. Another thing, if you don't know what to say, just say what you see. Just say what you see. Like, for example, I don't sell cups, but if I sold this cup, I'd be like, guys, this is a Starbucks tumbler. It's really, really cute. It has these like bedazzles on it. We got the logo right here. It's really big. Like, it comes with a straw. Like, just say what you see. I know that sounds like obvious because you're like, well, the person sees what I see. Oh, guys, that's my oven. Give me 1 second. I gotta take the chicken out the oven. Can you guys give me a second? Comment down below, guys. Let's do roll call really quick. Comment down below what you sell and when your next show is. And if you guys see something that interests you, be sure to say hi to that person and bookmark and follow them. Okay, I'll be right back. Let me take the chicken out the oven. All right, guys, 1 second. Okay, so I'm back. That wasn't too long. You want to see the chicken? It got cool down, girl. It's piping hot. All right, guys. I'll let you guys do some roll call really quick. So, one thing that I want to say, we're going back, guys. I'm going to try to stay on schedule for myself because I have 11 points I need to get through, and we're only through point 1, and I haven't finished it yet. So just your mindset. My notes for you guys is remember everyone's first show feels intimidating. Everyone's first show is we're all nervous. Jay, you're so funny. Just practice deep breaths, practice talking to yourself. I do, my love. Kelly, I'll tag it down below for you. Yes. So if you guys are a visual learner, because I'm a visual learner, I have a YouTube channel. It is Blasian Bunny TV. Oh, cool. Thanks, Kelly. I appreciate you stopping by. That's so sweet. I'm a visual person, so if you guys need more visual representation of stuff, I show you guys. You can hear it, you can see it, and then I actually do it as well, like the process, to make it easier for you guys to understand. Because you hear people talk about stuff, but for me, I think it's easier when you actually like see someone do it, if that makes sense, okay? Alrighty, so we have to adjust, going back to mindset, guys, we have to adjust what we think success here on the platform is. For your first show, I don't want you to feel like, oh, I want to sell out. That should not be your goal. Kelly, I do have some consultations in the shop right here, my love. Or if you want free advice, definitely check out the YouTube channel, my love. Thank you so much for asking. Um, we have to readjust what our idea of success is, okay, guys? So that being said, when you have your first show here on Whatnot, it should not be like, I want to sell out. That should not be your goal for your first show. Okay? Your first goal, your goal for your first show is to show up. You'd be surprised. Your goal is to show up at the time that you would say that you said that you were going to show up. Okay? And another goal for you is to just learn how Whatnot works. It's different when you're a buyer watching a show versus selling on a show. It's a very, very different experience. So I just want you to learn what the buttons do. I want you to learn how to run an auction. I want you to learn how to talk to the people who come into your chat. Chat are the people who are coming in, okay? You have to learn basic things, okay? We're trying to learn how to slam dunk and we don't know how to dribble the basketball. Okay, guys? And we have to take baby steps. So just take it day by day, okay? So I feel like I get so frustrated when I am reading posts on Facebook and people are like, I had my second show. I'm going to quit because I didn't make any sales. Guys, it's only your second show. Like, guys, I'm gonna put this in perspective for you guys. I was curious and I went back to go see how many, because I honestly didn't have that same experience of wanting to quit so early on Whatnot, but I'm also a very optimistic person. So just out of curiosity, I was like, let me go see how many items I sold on my first show because I just couldn't remember. You know what I mean? Because I've been doing it for so long. Guys, you want to guess? Comment down below how many items do you think that I sold my very first show? And my very first show was an hour and a half. 90 minutes was my show. Do you guys want to guess how many items I sold on my very first show? I sold one item. Guys, I totally don't remember. I sold one item. I sold a bundle of something. My very first show, guys. That's it, just one item. Okay. Then I was like, okay, that's interesting. What did I sell my second show? 2 items. Okay. And then as I looked at my first 10 shows, I didn't make a lot of profit until about my 10th show. So it's like, I don't want you guys. What if I would have stopped? What if I would have been like, this Whatnot thing is not for me? I only sold one thing. I don't want to do this anymore. Guys, I have in the last 2 years, and I'm not saying this to brag, but I'm giving you guys perspective. If I would have quit after my second show because I only sold 3 things in total, I wouldn't have got to 20,000 sold items. It's a process. You have to be patient with yourself, guys. Like, it's something that you're learning that is brand spanking new. I know it's so tough. We go to our favorite seller show and we're like, oh, they just hold anything up and it sells. They do dollar starts and I just want to do what they do. I get it, friends. But they also started exactly where you are today. They started in the exact same place that you are today. Okay, they had to learn how it works. They built an entire community, and it's unrealistic, guys, to say I'm going to have that same community in 3 shows. Why is no one? I hear this question all the time. Why is no one coming to my shows? That is the wrong mindset. You need to be saying, what can I do, okay, to get people to stay? Because there's lots of people who come in your show. Those people just aren't staying, which is okay. It's not, your goal is not to like get every single person who comes into your show to stay, right? Like, let's use myself, for example. I sell snacks. If you're someone who's on a fitness journey, my show is not for you. If you're someone who's like, I count macros and sugar count and calories, my show is not for you. And I'm not offended by that. That's okay. Every single person is not a part of your target market, okay? So we just have to what's up, Pika? What's up, cousin? We have to learn different skills, and skills take time. What's up, friend? Soy says, I sold 1 item before my first show, and on my first show, I sold 21. And then I've been terrified to go live again. I can't explain why. But you know what? Like I was saying, first of all, congratulations on 21 sold items. My very first show, I sold 1. I sold 1. I think that you just have to prepare. For me, it makes it easier if I prepare ahead of time. But I think you're off to a great start, and I hope that you build the courage to try again. You can totally do this. 21 items on your first show tells me that you totally have what it takes to do this. So keep going, my friend. I was a buyer on the app and started attending seller support shows for 6 months, learning and networking before I applied to sell. Nice, nice. Yeah. So I would say that, and this is what I was saying at the beginning of the show, I tend to be someone who does a lot of research ahead of time too, but you don't want to do so much research that you don't start, okay? I am a recovering perfectionist. I am a recovering perfectionist, and actually starting the process is better than it being perfect and never starting. Progress is better than perfection. So even when it came to like my first show, it's not like, guys, if I had it my way, I would have neon signs in the back. I wouldn't be streaming in my kitchen. I wouldn't be doing none of that. If I waited until my area was perfect or my inventory was perfect, okay? It's okay. I promise, guys. You just have to you got to work with what you got right now, and you just got to go for it. There's some things that you just learn with experience, okay? I could teach you every single thing about Whatnot, but then when you hit go live for the first time, you're going to learn skills that I can't teach you. You just have to do it. You get what I'm saying, friends? You just have to go for it. So good for you for planning, because I'm a planner too, but I encourage you. What I do, guys, if you're an approved seller here on the platform, thank you so much, Soy. That was so sweet of you. You didn't have to do that, friend. I encourage you guys to at least, if you are an approved seller here on the Whatnot app, I want you to at least schedule some shows. What's up, Queen? How are you? Schedule some shows. Even if you're not doing those shows, I want you to still at least take the first step and schedule a show. That's it, friends. If you didn't know, you can push that show out. Like, say if you're like, okay, I'm going to say March 1st, I'm going to do my first show. And then it comes to the point where it comes to March 1st and you can't do the show for whatever reason. We listen and we don't judge. And you can't do the show. Guess what? You can push it out and say, okay, March 15th it is. Okay? Now, I don't want you to get in the habit of just pushing it out forever, right? But I want you to take the first step in scheduling the show. That way, when you're coming into shows like this and you're saying, hi, my name is Bunny and I sell jewelry, at least people are able to go to your name and bookmark that show. If you guys don't know what bookmarks are, it's the little flag in the top corner of your shows. And that basically is telling Whatnot and the seller that people are interested. Now, does it mean, thank you so much for the share, friend. Does it mean that you're going to have that many people come to your show? No. You guys, this show today had 250 bookmarks. There are not 250 people here. Okay. So think of bookmarks as a sign of interest. Okay. Think of it as a sign of interest that, okay, what I have scheduled, some people are interested in. It's kind of like when you do RSVPs, it's like a maybe. I like where you're going. It's a maybe I'll be there. Okay. So don't get your heart set on that. Okay. So we talked about mindset. So the topic, the point that I had was, remember, everyone's first show feels intimidating. Practice deep breaths and remind yourself simply, you are sharing what you love. You are sharing what you love. That's it. Because I'm assuming that the items that you've chosen to sell are things that you like. You're just showing people this is what you like. Look, y'all, I like snacks. So I'm just showing you guys, hey, these are the snacks that I think are really cool. I hope you like them too. That's it. No pressure. I know it's easier said than done. Okay. Okay. So now that we got our mindset together and we know that our first few shows, our first 10 shows, okay, are just for learning. Just for learning. Okay. Thank you so much, Doctor. I appreciate you. They're just for learning. That's it. Okay. We need to know who our audience is, right? So for me, I know that my audience are people who like to eat. Okay. My audience is not going to be people, like I said, who go to that count their macros and calories. That's probably not the best. I sell snacks, you know what I mean? So I know that my target audience. Does that get what I'm saying? So if you are someone who sells, let's think of an example. Oh, I'll use Zodi for an example because Zodi's here. Zodi sells stickers, okay? So she knows that her target audience are people who want custom stickers. There she is right there, guys. Natural state of high. Custom stickers, right? So she positions herself to be in shows like this or market herself as, if guys, by the way, if you want custom stickers for your business, Zodi can help you. Natural state of high, okay? So just remember who your target audience is, okay? So if you're someone who sells, let's see an example, jewelry, okay? It probably would be smart to go hang out in the jewelry category and go talk to people there. Go communicate, go network, go talk, go get to know those people. Know who your target audience is, okay? Go on Facebook. Talk to people on Facebook, okay? In the whatnot groups, okay? Okay, so what is the note that I said? Knowing your audience. Think about who will watch you. Think about who will watch you. If I am a luxury seller, like someone who sells luxury bags, it probably would be a good idea not to be selling in my kitchen. Does that make sense, friends? We want to make sure that it looks like what we're selling, okay? Now, if I'm someone who sells baked goods, like brownies, it would make sense that I'm in my kitchen. You get what I'm saying? What's up, Kim? You said, I am afraid of scaring off buyers by screwing up on my first show. No, people don't think like that. People do not care as much as you think they do. And I know sometimes it's us. Like, we are our worst enemies sometimes. Oh my gosh, I know I am. No one's going to be scared off. If anything, I feel like when people have their first show, people are more supportive to you on your first show because they're like, oh, it's your first show. Like, people are so much more like helpful and nice, and especially if you have it in your title and you just explain to like, hey guys, this is my first show. Yeah, they'll help you. Literally, like, we'll be like, oh, you do it like this, or do not worry about that. I feel like people are the whatnot community, don't get me wrong, there's trolls. There's nothing we can do about the people, the bad apples. The majority of people on Whatnot are really awesome people. Whatnot has an amazing community of people, so don't worry about that. And the thing is, Kimberly, let's say for you screw up. Let's use worst case scenario. Let's say you screw up really bad and people leave because of that. You didn't want those customers anyway. Trust me, those are not the people that you want to build in a part of your community. Because remember, guys, you're not just getting customers, right? Like, someone who buys from you is technically a customer, but you're building a mini community of people who trust and like you, okay? So guess what? If someone comes to my show, what's up, B? How are you? If somebody comes to my show and they're like, oh, that bunny girl, she talk way too fast. What's up, friend? She talk way too fast. And she got a high-pitched voice. And she just too much. She's too positive. I don't know. I'm just making something up. Guess what, friends? I turn some people off. And that's okay. That's totally okay because I don't want those people on my show. Great. Leave the show. The people who like you will stay there because they like you. And that's what you want. You want a community of people who are there for you. Trust me. Because guess what? I am not the only person here on this platform that sells exotic snacks. I'm not. And I don't mean this rude, guys, but we are not so unique on this platform that someone else doesn't sell what we sell. People are in your show because they like you. People come back to your shows because they like you. So the thing that you think is awkward about yourself, like maybe you have a list, or maybe you have a quirky personality, or maybe whatever that thing is you think that people aren't going to like, that's actually the reason why people are going to like you. It's so weird. It's so weird because if you guys ever come to my shows, I'm a very corny person. I be telling all these corny jokes. I laugh at myself. And guess what? I don't care what people think about me because I'm me. Because I want the people who like me to be here for me. I want you guys to laugh with me. You get what I mean? Like, so don't worry about that. You are focusing on the wrong thing. Okay? Trust me. It's just, that's why I always say the hardest part about your whatnot journey is hitting the go live button for the first time. Because I get it, guys. We've all been there before. We have all been, even the biggest sellers here on the platform had to hit the go live button for the first time. They weren't big the first day they came on. They grew into that, if that makes sense. Okay, guys? So you just have to if this helps, this is something that I always suggest people do too, is get a sticky note and cover up how many people are in the show, because that number is a lie. And I'm not saying that, okay, good, right now there's 31 people in here. I'm not saying that there's not 31 people in here, but what I'm saying is that number does not equate to how successful your show is going to be. I say it all the time. I'd rather have 5 people in my room who are here for me that actually like my stuff versus 100 people just watching. Does that make sense? Any day. I'd rather have 5 people who actually care about what I'm showing versus 100 nosy people. Any day. And I always tell this story, guys, and I know I'm getting off subject, but I have to tell this story. You don't need a lot of people in your room to have a successful show. Guys, there has been times where I've had 5 people in my show, and 3 of those people bought several items. You just need one customer. That's it, guys. That's it. You do not need a million people in your show. Trust me. I always tell the story that when I first started, guys, if you did not know, I started with clothing. So I was selling women's activewear. And I'll say this story really quick because I'm sure if you guys have been here before, you've heard it. I was selling women's activewear. Okay. So like Adidas, Lululemon, Aldo, things like that. And I had everything organized by size. And I was really organized, right? So I'm showing my stuff. I'm really excited. And a lady comes in and she swipes on an extra large. So in my head, I was like, okay, she's the size extra large. I should show more extra larges, right? So I show all my extra larges, but I only got 5 of them, right? So I'm like, oh, then I had no choice but to go to the next size, right? So then I start showing size small, and then she swipes on the small, and I'm like, that's weird. In my head, I'm like, okay, maybe, I don't know, maybe she's gifting this to somebody, maybe. And then I end up going to mediums, and she swiped on medium. Okay, now I'm just curious. This lady buying all the sizes, right? So the cool thing about having such an intimate show with little people is that you can kind of cater to that one person, if that makes sense, right? So you can really make them feel seen and heard. So I was like, hey, thank you so much for your support. I noticed that you're buying a couple different sizes. Is there any other size that I can get for you? And she was like, oh, well, technically, I'm a size extra large, but I have 3 daughters and they're size small, medium, and large. Yo, that lady came in and bought almost all my stuff. And it was one person because I was focused on her. Does that make sense? I made her feel seen. And I was like, oh, what kind of style do they like? Do they like this? Do they like that? It's not about how many people are in your room. It's about how you make the people in your room feel that are already there. You have to pay attention to the people who are there already. It doesn't matter who didn't come. What matters are the people who are there. It's kind of like a boutique, right? If you owned your own boutique and someone comes in, right, the store, you're going to say, hey, welcome in. Is there anything I can do for you? Have you guys ever went in a store and they don't kind of greet you or help you? And you kind of browse around, but the person's just on their phone the whole time behind the counter like this. They don't really care what's going on, right? So you're just meh, okay, whatever, right? But if that person was a little bit more attentive, not saying that you wouldn't buy something, right? But if that person was a little bit more attentive, hey, how can I help you? You would feel oh, this customer service is awesome. I should come back here. I'm not going to get anything today, but I'll remember this place for next time. Or maybe I'm talking to my friend Zodi, Natural State of High, and she says she needs to have a particular outfit for an event. And I'm like, oh, I went to this boutique the other day and they're really good. They have really nice customer service and they have really cute stuff. You might like them. Do you see how that trickle effect? You might not see the results today, but you catering to the people who are in your room today is going to be like a snowball effect. Okay, guys? Okay, let me go back up, y'all. Y'all know I love to talk. Let me go back up. I know I'm missing stuff people are saying, okay? If I ever miss something, guys, just say it again for me, okay? Kim says, LOL, even if I sit there and say, duh, oh, well, oh, yes, you will be so surprised how many different personalities are out here that are successful in your eyes, successful sellers, guys. There's not one formula of what a successful seller here on the platform looks like. Okay, I remember, and this is I haven't seen this lady in a while, but there used to be this lady who she had a very, very sarcastic attitude. It wasn't like mean, but kind of mean. And she used to sell things out of her bathtub. I know that sounds weird, but it was just the way she, not in her bathroom, but it was like the way she had her show set up was like everything was in the bathtub in her living room. I know that sounds weird, but you just have to go with it, okay? So like when people would come in, she would like insult them, but they were like her friends, if that makes sense. And it was so funny to watch because her expressions and the way she would say and how people would react to her, like they already knew, right? It kind of reminds me of that restaurant. Where's that restaurant where you go and the servers are like intentionally rude to you or mean to you? It kind of reminds me of that vibe, if you get what I'm saying. Carrots. So it's like people loved that, even though that wasn't like he's so funny, epic. So people love that personality because they liked the funness of it. Okay, so like I said, what you think the reason why people will leave your show are going to be the reasons why they stay for your personality. Just be who you are. Do not try to be anyone else on this platform because it is so hard to keep up with like a lie. Like if that's not truly who you are. There's nothing wrong with being inspired by someone's show that you really like, but ultimately just be true to you. Be true to you. I'd be telling the corniest jokes ever, and I just be having fun with myself. I love coming on and having fun with myself. So you guys just get to experience me like laughing at myself, if that makes sense, right? So just have fun with it. And I know it's hard because there's a lot of pressure, but I just want y'all so silly. It just takes practice. That's all it is. It takes practice. Just talk to the chat as if they're your friends, okay? And it will take a lot of pressure off. Get that sticky note, put it over the chat. It doesn't matter how many people are in your room. What matters is you showed up and you did your best. I promise you, if you show up every single show and do your best, it doesn't matter how many people in the room because that number doesn't equate to the success that your show could have. I have had one person come in my show, y'all, and get 43 items. One person bought 43 snacks from me. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't need a lot of people. I promise you. Just pay attention to the people who came and showed up for you now. Okay? All right. So we are talking about our audience. Okay. Next thing about knowing your audience. Engage with your chat. They'll give you cues on what they're looking for or certain things that they say. Pay attention to your chat. It is so, so important. It is literally the lifeline. It is the blood of your show, right? Because these are your people. These are your customers. You need to be paying attention. What's up, November? Do you record your shows with your phone? With your phone only, or do you use iPad? I don't record my shows at all. November, the cool thing about Whatnot is, thank you so much for the share. Everything is already recorded for you. So I can actually watch this show back. Every single show that I've ever had, Whatnot's already recorded, and you can go to this thing called past shows and watch them. And I always recommend people watch their past shows and ask themselves questions like, if I was a buyer, would I buy from me? If your answer is no, we got some tweaking to do. We got some changing to do. Okay. I mean, when you do your live shows. Oh, these ones do. Let me read the question again. Do you record your shows with your phone only, or do you use the iPhone? I don't think I understand what you're saying, honey. I don't record anything. You mean like what am I using right here to stream right now? I'm using my phone. Yes, I'm using my iPhone. So if you see me looking in different ways, I do have a second device. I use a computer, but my main source is going to be my iPhone. Yes, sorry about that. I misunderstood. Okay. So the thing I was going to say, guys, is engage with your chat. Chat, again, is the people who are talking in your chat. All right. It is a big pet peeve of mine when I go into someone's show and say for they have something hanging in the background. And I'm like, ooh, I wonder what size that dress is. I comment, hey, what is the size of the sparkly dress in the back? Maybe they don't see it the first time. Totally understandable. I don't see everything in my show either. Okay. But then I'll let a couple minutes go by. I'm like, okay, she didn't see it. Let me type it again. Hey, how are you? What's the size of the sparkly dress in the back? She's still not paying attention, doing whatever. Okay. I'm going to ask one more time. If I ask one more time and she don't see it, that is God's way of telling me I do not need that dress and I probably should be saving my money anyway. Okay? I'll ask one more time. Pay attention to your chat. If you are not talking to the people who come in your room, you are losing out on money. Are you for real? Sometimes he speaks to me in different ways and he's like, girl, you don't need that. I'm like, okay, you're right. I don't need that. I want it though. So don't give people an excuse not to spend money with you. Does that make sense? You want it to be easy for them. You don't want them to second guess, right? Make it easy for them. Make sure you are paying attention. If I don't get a reply after 2, then I read chat when the host, that makes sense. So make sure if you are someone, now don't get me wrong, guys. I understand there's a lot, as sellers, there's a lot of things that we have to pay attention to in our minds. There's a lot of things that we're doing that if you're not a seller, it's hard to understand, right? We have to be thinking about, I'll explain in a second, my love. We have to be thinking about what item we want to run next. We have to be thinking about what the background looks like. We have to be pushing buttons and doing this. So I understand it's easy to forget to read your chat, if that makes sense. If you're someone who is far away from your phone, you need to get a second device. If you're someone doing clothes and you have to physically go up to your phone to look, you need a second device. Either you need to get a laptop, you need to get an iPad, you get another phone so that you can have it close to you so that you can read what's going on, because you will miss out on so much money if you're not paying attention to your chat. Red Chat November, if you type in the word boobs down below, it will red chat, which means that there are certain words that if you say it, only you and the host of the show can see it. And you can type boobs if you want to see what it looks like, or anyone else who wants to type it in to see what it looks like. Sorry if that offended anyone, but yes, boobs is one of those is one of those words. So yeah, so see how it red chats? It means that only you, me, and my moderators can see it. Now it's just a whole bunch of boobies everywhere. So that's what red chat is, okay? Just a bunch of boobs. So there's certain trigger words. Like another one is like PayPal, because obviously Whatnot doesn't want you to be doing transactions off of the platform. Certain cuss words are going to be red chatted. It's just to keep the chat. I don't know the word I want to use. Keep it good, I guess. I mean, people can say naughty things anyway, but just to help people not to see certain things. You can also mute certain words in your show, guys. Like one thing that I mute in my particular show is the word expensive. So if someone, like a lot of people have like trolls, someone might come in and be like, that's too expensive or something like that. Now it's red chatted. It doesn't disturb the chat. Only I can see it and the person who said it can see it and my mods. You get what I mean? Like there's certain things like that. So another word that I mute, cheaper, because some people will come in, like say for you're showing this dress and someone's like, oh, I can get that cheaper. Okay, go to the place and go get it for cheaper. Then I don't know why people feel like they have to say that, but to me it irritates me and gets on my nerves, so I just mute it so it doesn't disrupt the chat of what's going on, if that makes sense. So that's what red chat is. Okay, Great question. I mean, yeah, a lot of people will mute the word promote. Yep, you're exactly right. Because people will come in and say something like, can I promote my show? Okay, we'll talk about this really quick. Because I wasn't going to talk about it, but we can talk about it real quick. I want you guys to understand why it can come off rude to come into someone's show and ask to promote. Okay, now this is a community show, so this is a little bit different, but let's Let's pretend this was like a selling show, okay? Say where I'm going, I'm doing my thing, I'm selling a few things, people are coming in asking for requests, da 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 da. I'm making money, right? And then someone comes in and says, hey, can I promote my show? Guess what just happened? You took the focus off the person's show and said, hey, everybody, look at me. Stop buying from this person and go to my profile and go look at my stuff. Forget the person who's selling right now. I know you guys are buying stuff for her, but come buy stuff with me. It's really rude. And I know that might not be the heart of what people mean when they come and do it. I don't think that, what's up, friend? I don't think that that's the person's intention, but that's essentially what you're doing. Okay. Imagine going to Target and someone's at the register checking out and you're like, hey, actually, you should put that back. Actually sell that like in my store down the street. I sell stuff just like that down the street. So like, don't buy it here. Come to my show. Just see how that can be like rude? So if it's not acceptable in other places of business, this is my business, guys. If you did not know, this is my full-time job. This is how I feed my face and do all the things I can with life. This is the way I make my money. So it's rude to come into someone's show and say, hey, I want you guys to, I want the seller, can you stop making money right now and pay attention to me? And plus, a lot of the time, let's be honest. A lot of the people, I'm going to say 99% of the people who ask to promote in your show, you've never seen them before. This is the first time that you've seen them. So it's like, hey, I want the 35 people who are in here, I want to use your platform to promote myself. That this person has never contributed to your show before. They've never said hi. That's just rude, guys. It's kind of like calling a friend only when you need something. Like, that's just rude to me. How can you get more people in your show without promoting for new sellers? Yeah, great question. Honestly, I'm going to say one thing not to do as well. Do not, guys, don't send people your show in the DMs. The direct messages DMs. Do not think that you're supposed to like click everyone's name and it goes to the DMs, the direct messages. There's a couple of reasons why, and I'll tell you what to do, my love, okay? One, it's gotten so bad that Whatnot has had to make a separate inbox. So it's like your regular inbox, and then there's this, I can't remember what they call it, message request of people who have never not shopped with you before or been in your shows before. It goes into your request because it's so bad. I promise you guys, I have never clicked into someone's show who sent it to me. I just don't, because I consider it spam, right? So you might be asking, if I can't promote in other people's shows and I can't promote in the DM, like how am I supposed to get people to my show? Great question. I think your mind is in the right place. There's a couple things you can do. One, you could just have a really, really good thumbnail, right? So when you guys are going through shows, you can see the thumbnails, and thumbnails are like the show of the picture of the show that you're having. Make sure you take time to invest in your thumbnail to make sure people come to it. It's kind of like a movie poster, if that makes sense. If that movie looks boring, you're probably not going to go see it. But if it's like, ooh, I wonder what that's about. Take some time to make sure that your thumbnail looks nice so that people aren't scrolling past your shows, because you could probably have the best items on Whatnot. You can have the best items on Whatnot, but people are going to scroll right by you because your thumbnail sucked. Okay, we'll talk about more about thumbnails in a second. That's one thing. Another thing you can do is going to community shows like this. This is a perfect place to come and ask questions. The more, guys, if you didn't realize, the more that you say something down below, and Zodi, I'm going to say your name again. I'm not picking on Zodi, y'all, but her name keeps popping up, and she's my friend. The more times the name Natural State of High pops up down below, the more times you might think about clicking her profile to see what she sells. Like, have you ever just done it before where someone says something really cool in the chat? You're like, oh, I never thought of that before. I love you, Zodi. Like, you're like, oh, I like what Natural State of High just said. Let me just see who she is. And then you click her profile and you're like, oh my God, she sells custom stickers. Oh my gosh, I want custom stickers for my business. And now guess what? You follow her. you bookmark our next show. Okay, that's another thing. So the more you comment, the more you are an active person in the community, the more eyeballs who get to see you. Easy peasy, right? Another thing. What if you did all that hard work of going to shows, promoting your link, da 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 da, but then your profile sucks? Let's talk about profiles. Oh my God. Okay, if I come to your profile. Okay, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, profile, if you click my face up there, boop, 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 click my face up there, my profile pops up, it'll click view profile, that's your profile, okay? If your profile sucks, people aren't gonna follow you. You have to give people a reason for them to follow you, right? So if I read your bio and it's this long paragraph, my name is Heather, I like long walks on the beach, my favorite color is yellow, I got 7 grandkids. Da da da. What do you sell? What do you sell? This is not a dating profile, guys. Like, not saying you can't have fun stuff in your bio. Please, like, if you're a mom, I'm not hating on moms. Like, you could totally say, I have 3 kids, beautiful kids. That's totally fine. But what I'm saying is, tell people what you sell. If I show my little cousin your profile, my little 7-year-old cousin your profile, would my 7-year-old cousin be able to tell exactly what you sell? Does that make sense? So if I'm a jewelry seller, you're like, oh, I sell jewelry. And then I go to your profile because I love buying jewelry on Whatnot, right? And I go to your profile and I don't see any show scheduled. I don't think you are taking this serious. I don't think that you really are a jewelry seller. I think you just say you're a jewelry seller. Maybe I'm just being honest, right? Can I be honest with you guys? Schedule those darn shows. Even if you got to push it out far in advance. Schedule the show. Schedule the show. Wow, like what you're saying, not selling. Yeah, it's like it's the process. Like I haven't even talked about, we haven't even said go live yet, right? These are all the things that we do beforehand, right? It's kind of like a party, right? Cajun teachers, kind of like a party, right? When you have a party, you plan for the party. Party is your show. You plan for it ahead of time. You got to buy cupcakes. You got to figure out a theme. You got to get some games, and you got to do this. You got to clean up. Like there's things that you have to do before your party. You know, you got to tell people in advance to come to the party. Like you can't just be like, hey guys, I'm having a party. Call your friends up. I'm having a party in 20 minutes. I need you guys to come to my party. Excuse me, ma'am. I have a whole life that I have to plan. I can't come in 20 minutes. I can't drop everything I'm doing. You get what I'm saying? I can't drop everything I'm doing to come to your party in 20 minutes. Okay? So we have to prep ahead of time. Okay? And last but not least, another thing you guys can do to get more people in your shows is I'm going to tag it down below one more time, guys. I have a free Facebook group. It's called Whatnot Resellers Network. Now, remember I told you guys, don't send your links to people in the DM and don't ask to promote in a show, but you know where you can promote? In this group right here, you can promote. You can talk about yourself all day. You can be like, oh, my name, whatever. You can talk about yourself all you want here. Okay? Because that's the point of it. The point of it is to network and meet new people. Because now, since we've taken it on Facebook and it's not in someone's group, that's where everyone is doing it at. Okay? So those are just some simple ways to get more people in your room. But one thing I do want to say, and I'm going to move on. Okay. Hi, welcome in, friend. Is the question should not be, how many can I get more people in my shows? What's up, MB? It's not about how to get more people in your show. It's about how to get more buyers. We don't care about people looking. We want people to buy. That's what we want to be here. We're here to sell stuff, right? This is a sales job. I know that sounds weird, but this is sales, right? So it's nice. Like you have a store and you had 500 people come in your store, but then nobody bought anything. That should probably say, okay, maybe we should change something up about the store. We want to get more people to buy. And I'll say it one more time because I said it earlier. What's up, JJ? I can have 100 people in my show just watching. But I'd rather have 5 people buying, just 5, only 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd rather have 5 people buying in my show than 100 people watching me. Any day. That's just me. Okay? Let me go back up and see what you guys are saying. Did you pay for sponsorship on your first show? No. And I'm going to tell you why. Oh, first of all, when I started 2 years ago, they didn't have like promote or sponsor. They didn't have that. No. But I wouldn't have done it anyway. And I'll tell you guys why. There's some things that, and this is just my opinion, my honest opinion about promote. There's nothing wrong with paying to get your show seen. But if you have nothing to show people, then there's no point of paying for it. There's things that you have to learn. It's kind of like, imagine, okay, I don't know why this came in my head. I'm just like a visual person. Imagine having like a basketball game, but you don't know how to play basketball yet. And you invite all these people to come to the game, but like you're airballing the whole time because you don't know how to play the game yet. Like, so don't use your resources on things like that yet. Use those resources to invest into yourself to get better. Because you don't know how to hold a room yet. Hold a room means keeping the people who are in the room. Does that make sense? So does the promote work? Yes, it does. I know, it's fun. You see it? Yeah, it's my timer for an hour. Does it work? Yes. It will bring people in the room. But if you don't know how to sell yet, then there was no point of doing it. So I would say build the skills to learn how to hold a room. And then once you get there, then bring people to the basketball game. Does that make sense? I know that was such a weird analogy, but that's what my brain told me to say. So that's what I said, okay? Yes, it works. Okay? And that's what I was saying. It's all art, y'all. What's up, friend? It's okay. She said, I have a lot of people pop in, but they leave in a minute. And that's okay. This is what I was saying earlier. Cover up the number of people who are in your room because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if people come in and they leave. You rather have people who want to be there, be there. I don't want anybody in my room who doesn't want to be in my room. Again, let's go back to the party analogy, right? If I'm having a party, I don't want nobody at my party that don't want to be here. Bye. Go somewhere else. Because guess what? Now I can focus on the people who actually want to be here. That's okay. It's totally fine. Do not be offended if people aren't coming to your shows or staying in the show. It might just not be for them. Like I said, guys, I sell snacks. Someone who is on a fitness journey, who is counting their calories, my show is not going to be for them. And that's okay. That's okay. My goal is not to capture every single person who comes into the show to stay. That shouldn't be your goal. Your goal are the people who are here in your show. Those are the people you focus on. Do not direct your energy anywhere else except for the people who are here that want to be here for you and your items, okay? That will help you a lot. Don't even think about that. All right, y'all, let's see here. It's okay. I see a couple of red chats, but this is okay. I will see what it is. Don't feel bad, guys. Okay, let's see here. Queen says best analogy. Okay. That's funny. Okay, very true. Without interaction, I had a hard time sometimes on what to say. Yes, I totally get that. It is kind of weird. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at me because it is. It's awkward to like be talking to yourself. The best way that I can tell you is just when I started here on the platform, y'all, I took every show as practice, right? So I literally took a sticky note. I covered how many people are in the room. And I was like, okay, I'm going to learn how to sell stuff, right? So I took time when I was in the show by myself as practice. It was just live practice. Okay, how do I sell this thing, for example? Like, okay, guys, if you don't know what to say what you see. And I know that sounds super obvious, but just say what you see. So we'll use this for example. Okay, guys, this right here is going to be Oreos. If you don't, just look at it. These are going to be Oreos all the way from China in the flavor white peach oolong tea. So if you guys like fruit cookies, this would be a really cool option for you. See, even though I know what it is, I know it's in a different language, but I know what it is. But you just read what you see, right? Or if it's a dress, and you're looking and you're doing a clothing sale. Oh my gosh, this is a really sparkly dress. This one is going to be size medium. If I were to wear this dress, I would wear this to a date night. I think your date would think you were really hot in this dress. Just talk to the people as if they're your friends. Like, whoever your best friend is, talk to the chat as if they're your best friend, and it will be so much easier. It is so much. You'll get used to it after a while. It is awkward, but just take it as practice and say, I am learning the fundamentals on how to become a better seller, if that makes sense. Do you keep repeating yourself after the first item? You mean like when some people are like, size small, this is a size small, we're doing a size small. Do you mean like that? I personally don't, but if that's how you like to do it, you can do it. I think it's more, I try to give my viewers and buyers more to chew on, right? So like, for me, when I sell clothing, I have the size sticker on the clothes so they can physically see it. So I don't have to keep repeating it. And I try to tell them about the item. I want to talk about the value of the item or the experience you'll have with the item when you buy it, if that makes sense. Like I was talking about the dress. Instead of me saying, okay guys, size small, this is a size small, running a size small, I could say, hey guys, this dress right here is super cute. It's going to be a mini dress, it's sparkly. This would be really cute for a date night when you want to, spice it up a little bit. See how that sounds much better than saying size small a million times? So focus on the value or what the item looks like. And I know that sounds weird because people are looking at the exact same item as you. But if you just say it like that, you're a salesperson at the end of the day, guys. So you have to sell the item to the person. Like, imagine going to a store, like a boutique, and the person comes in, size small, size small, size small, size small, size small. You'd be like, this person's weird. This person she's weird. You'd leave. Yeah, so just like, try to think of it like that. Like, even though it's on a size small, think of it like when you go to like a boutique, like you're taking that same experience, but you're putting it in your show. How would you, this sounds so like normal, but like, how would you say it how would you like it to be said to you if you were watching? Like, ask yourself when you go to a show, what things do you like and what things don't you like? Okay. It's like you go to a nail salon, pick your color. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, let me go back up really quick, guys. I know I'm missing some questions, guys. I'm so sorry. Oh no, Epic, you're fine. Some words I have muted, so even if it's not bad, it might get muted. So you're fine, Epic. You didn't do anything wrong. Dave, what's up, friend? You said, do you usually start your bids start at the cost of goods at base, or do you go below cost of goods as a customer acquisition strategy? Okay, let's talk about pricing strategy. There's so many different ways to do this, guys. I'm going to tell you what works best for me. It doesn't mean it's going to work for you. This is just what I feel like is most successful for my business, okay? I am not going to, personally, it's no reason for you to do dollar starts when you're a new person. It doesn't make sense. As a brand new seller here on the platform, do not do dollar starts. I know you see bigger sellers doing it, but guess what? They also have a lot of people in their room who actually like that item. If I'm doing a dollar start and I got 5 people in the room and I'm holding up this dress, I'm hoping and praying that it's the person's size and that they actually like it. You get what I mean? Like, there's not enough like people in the room for that item to get bid up. So it is not to your benefit to do dollar starts as a beginner. Okay? Your best goal is to start the price at the lowest you are willing to accept for it. It is a huge pet peeve of mine when I go into someone's show and they start it for $1 or lower than what they want for the item. Okay? And it sells for low, and that seller gets pissed. It's like, guys, this was worth $50 and it just sold for $7, guys. We need to get these prices up. That you guys stole that from me. It's like, bro, you started it for $1. Like, you can't be mad if it goes for that price. So understand whatever you start, and this is going to be different for everyone. I cannot tell you what to start your items for, okay? You know what you've invested into your items, whatever. If you start your items for $1 and it sells for $1, understand that it is no one's fault but yours because you started the item for $1. Like I said, let's go back to the Target example. Imagine that the price tag on Target says $1. You take it to the cash register. You're expecting you want to pay for $1 because that's what the price was, and then the cashier yells at you, "This is worth $10," and you're only paying. Bro, that's what the price tag said. Like, what? Like, just doesn't make any sense. Okay. So if you start for $1 and it sells for $1, tell the person thank you because guess what? They supported you. Every swipe that someone does, someone is supporting you. Okay. So my rule of thumb, if you are a new person, sell the items the lowest you are willing to accept for it. For example, this lip gloss. If I need to sell, this is an example, guys. If I need to make a profit, if I need to sell this lip gloss and I want to make $5, I want to make $5 on this lip gloss. Do not start it for $1 and pray that it's going to get to $5. Start the thing at $5. And if someone doesn't buy it, that's okay. Guys, you don't need a sold out show to have a successful show. You don't need a sold out show to have a successful show. Okay. Now, am I saying that if this retails for $27 on Jeffree Star's website, okay, it's not Jeffree Star, just make an example. If this sells for $27 on Jeffree Star's website and you did your research, you're like, well, it's $27, so I'm going to sell it for $20. I don't think that's going to work either. You get what I'm saying? So you have to find a healthy balance in between. You have to make sure that you're still profitable, but your customers are still getting a good deal as well. Okay? So I can't tell you what to price it for. Would I price it at the same price that I'm getting my stuff for as a new seller? No. I wouldn't. As a new seller. Now, once you build a community up and you have returning customers and you want to start lower starts, you go for it. But understand that if it sells for lower, you're the person who's setting your tag up for that price. Okay? I hope I was able to answer your question. It's going to be different for everyone, but that's just my piece of advice. When you're first starting, you don't have enough people bidding. You don't have enough people to have a bid war, if that makes sense, in your shows to get it there. Now, some people will advise you, and again, it's your decision. This is the cool thing about Whatnot. It's your business, right? So there are going to be some people who say start dollar starts and take a loss on your first few shows, and eventually you'll get more people in the room. Does that work for some people? Yes, it does. It does. I just don't suggest that for newer people, in my opinion. Does that make sense? Is sudden death good to do from the start? It's up to you. That's totally up to preference. When I first started on the platform, I was so scared. What's up, Missy? I was so scared of sudden death. If you guys don't know what sudden death means, it means when the timer is over, it's gone. Like, no more bidding after 10 seconds or whatever timer you pick. After the time is over, last bidder wins. If you start, Berkeley, if you start your item, you wanted this to sell for $5, and I have 10 seconds sudden death, I don't mind if sudden death is on because I already put the price of what I want to get it for. So you get what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to get $5 for it, so I set my starting bid at $5. And if I only need one person to swipe, I don't need it. When you set your prices up that way, you don't need a bid anymore. You don't need a bid anymore. That's all I'm saying. Can you do traditional auctions? I've been doing sudden death for at least a year now. And the reason why I liked sudden death is because it made me move faster. When I first started here on the platform, y'all, I like to talk. Literally, y'all, I'm supposed to have 11 points. Guys, talk about, I'm only at point number 2. It has been 1 hour and 11 minutes. So I like to talk, okay, guys? And I noticed that I was talking too much in my shows about that one product, right? No, look, y'all, we're gonna have that part 2, 3, and 4 next time, okay? I would talk about the item for too long, right? Like, you have to remember people's attention span is so small, right? So I learned to be a faster seller with sudden death, because if you go to your favorite sellers, most of the time they're selling things pretty quickly. If you come to my shows, I sell stuff pretty quickly. I was not like that day one. I will be talking about this cup for 10 years. I'd be like, it's so sparkly, and there's nothing wrong with taking your time. But I shouldn't be talking about the same product. What's up, Jen? How are you, love? I shouldn't be talking about the same product for 2 minutes. You know, babe, what if I'm selling coffee? I'll use coffee. Coffee's a great example. If I'm showing coffees and I'm talking about coffees for 15 minutes, what if I'm somebody, I think coffee is disgusting. I don't, I love coffee. But what if I'm someone and I think coffee is disgusting? I'm not going to sit in your show and wait for you to get done talking about the coffees. I want to see what else you got. Does that make sense? So sudden death for me made me a fast-paced seller. But I have been testing out the traditional auctions lately, and I'm trying to find a balance between the two. I've been testing out 5-second traditional auctions with the 5-second reset timer. And I don't have a conclusion yet. I'm still just testing it out to see how I like it compared to sudden death, because I've been doing sudden death for so long. Okay, so it's up to you. It's your preference, whatever you want to do, and you won't know that until you have a few shows and test it out. Okay. You have to, everyone's answer is going to be different because it's all down to preference. Okay. Alrighty, guys, let's see what the next question is. Let's see. I know I'm behind, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, let me see. Okay, guys, I'm trying to catch up. I read that one already. What's up, Hawaii? She said, do you think buyers prefer to see sellers, or does it matter? Ooh, great question. Next, okay, listen here. Do I think buyers prefer to see the person? If you want my honest opinion, I'm going to say yes. I think that the cool thing about Whatnot is that you have a personal connection with the person who is selling to you, right? Like, it's different than Poshmark. It's different than Mercari, where you're just looking at a product. And when you have, guys, have you ever been in someone's show and you're like, I like this person. This person is fun. I'm gonna buy it. I want to support this person. You know what I mean? So Whatnot is so cool because it's a mix between selling and social. It's these two things that combine. So do I think that people enjoy seeing the person? Yes. Whatnot has done studies. A seller tends to make more money when they show your face. Do you have to show your face? No, I don't show my face, guys. Even though I just told you that I think that people prefer to see your face, I don't show my face. You don't make that, don't feel like you have to do it if you don't want to. If you're someone who is shy and you want to sell clothing, then just get a little clothing rack and just put this shirt here, put it on the clothing rack so people can see it. Okay, next one. All right, next piece of clothes here. You don't have to. People who sell jewelry or people who sell cards, you don't have to show your face if you don't want to. Do I think that I think I can get away, I'm going to be honest with you. I think I can get away with it because I have such a big personality behind the camera. Like, I'm a very animated person, if that makes sense. So I feel like if you decide that you don't want to show your face, you're going to have to do extra behind the camera so people can see you in a different way, if that makes sense, right? Do you have to have this big personality to be successful on the platform? No, you don't. It will just make it easier. Okay? So just be who you are. If you're someone who's sarcastic, be sarcastic. Where's Q? Q is a great example. She's sarcastic. You know what I mean? She does just fine on the platform. She's a successful seller here as well. You can be whoever you are. Okay, guys? Be whoever you are. Another good example is Shop 801 Lane. Brooke is another example, guys. She has a very fun personality. Not fun, super bubbly, but you have to go to Brooke's show to see her personality. She has a lot of success here on the platform. So don't feel like you have to be this super, super outgoing person. You have to do cartwheels on the stream for people to, it doesn't work. Just be who you are, and people will come to you because they like you. Yes, be yourself. And I know that sounds so cliche. That sounds so basic. Like Wonder White Bread basic. I know, but it's so true, guys. It's so true. Just be who you are. I promise people will come to you because of that. Okay? All right. I don't even remember what the question was. Oh, front facing. So yes, people will enjoy seeing your face more, but if you don't want to show your face, you don't have to show your face. The reason why I don't show my face is because I'm selling stuff that has different languages on it, and I want people to really see what they're buying. Like, don't get me wrong, like, we are part of the package of our products, if that makes sense. But me, it's easier. You guys can't really see it. You can see it, but if I flip the camera around, you can really see the details of the item, if that makes sense. You don't have to do it that way if you don't want to. That's the cool thing about Whatnot. Do it what makes you feel most comfortable. There's no like wrong or right way to do it. Do what's easiest for you. Do whatever is going to make you show up. That's a good one. Do whatever is going to make you show up to your shows. There we go. Alrighty. Next question. All right, guys. Let's see who else next. I'm trying to go in order, guys. I appreciate you guys so much for your patience. Let's see here. Oh yes, thank you, Zodi, for saying that. Because I wanted to talk about it. I think I got distracted. When it comes to pricing, guys, think about all the costs incurred when it comes to pricing your items. Okay. So, example, we use the lip gloss example. If I was like, I need to make $5 from this. Okay. There's so many costs that go into this. Like when you're coming up with your price for your items. Okay. If you sell something on the platform for $1, you have to pay Whatnot 8% on top of 8% is not just the dollar. It's also on the shipping and the taxes as well. A lot of people don't realize that. Okay. You have to pay for the item, right? However much the item actually cost you, right? Most likely you didn't probably get it for $1, right? Then how did you get that item? Did you have to go drive your car and go pick it up somewhere? Did you have to pay shipping for that item to come? Like there's so many, the packaging material is not free, guys. Like, yes, you can get some free boxes and stuff, but like like I sell sodas and stuff. So I have to like get bubble wrap and poly mailers if I'm selling like bags of candy sometimes. Like that stuff not free. The labels that I'm using to print, like put on the box, the tape I'm using for a box, like all that stuff adds up. Okay. So you have to think about, oh, I didn't even get to the time it takes me to do all this stuff. Like we're not even, you have to pay yourself. Imagine going to your job. Imagine going to your 9-to-5 job, and then you worked 40 hours, and then when the paycheck came, they didn't give you any money. You have to pay yourself too. Like you don't want to do all this hard work and not get paid. You have to pay yourself to source the stuff. You have to pay yourself to sell the stuff, and you have to pay yourself to package the stuff up too. Like you have to pay for the labor of getting that stuff out, if that makes sense. So keep all those costs in mind when you're coming up your starting price. So, okay. All right. Let's see here. I'm trying to go as fast as I can, guys, but I'm just really long-winded. I just is what it is, guys. All right. Next question. Let's see here, guys. Should we assume an interested, what's up, Miss? How are you, friend, Mrs.? Should we assume an interested buyer will read show notes and request? No. I feel like most people don't read. If I'm completely honest, I don't think most people read. Do I think show notes, I have some up there, guys. Do I think that show notes are nice to have in your show? Sure. If someone is willing to read it, then yes, I think you should always have show notes in your show. Do I feel like most people read them? I'm going to say no. But let's see, we got 40 people in the room. Let's take a poll. And I want you guys to be completely honest. When you go into a show, do you read the show notes? Let's do a poll. Very good question. Do you read the show notes when you enter a show? Okay, we're going to say yes. We're going to say no. I was going to say sometimes, but I'm going to make you guys choose. There we go, guys. Do you read the show notes when you enter a show? Yes or no? Okay, we'll give that time. We'll give it time. We'll give it a few minutes and see what people say. I don't know. I don't know. It depends. I'm gonna say no. And if I don't, I don't, unless someone's like, oh, take a look at my show notes. I'm like, oh yeah, there's show notes up there. We'll give it time. We'll give it time. Great question. Things I think you should have in your show notes. Something about yourself, like a little thing about yourself, maybe. Show notes are kind of do whatever you want. There's no right or wrong way to do show notes. I'm actually surprised, guys. A lot of people are saying yes. Very, very interesting. We're at like 70-30 right now. So we'll give that some time. I'll let that ride out for a while to see if it evens out a little bit. Because sometimes at first it will be a certain way. And then after like 15 minutes, it gets like half and half. So we'll give it enough time for people to answer that. In my show notes, I have a lot of information because I know there's some people who actually like to read. I know a lot of people are watching shows on mute. Y'all at work and y'all not supposed to be watching Whatnot, but we're all addicted to Whatnot. So we be watching on our lunch breaks or in our cars to go pick our kids up and stuff. I get it, right? So like sometimes I might not be able to hear you. So there's other cues that I feel like people, what's up, Spirit Junkie? I feel like there's a lot of cues that people want to see certain stuff. So I always have show notes in 100% of the time. You guys can take a look at my show notes and what I say. I just say who I am. I explain how my shipping works. I explain some other things as well. I think mine are actually really long. Mine are long. So guys, comment down below. I would love to see what do you guys put in your show notes, or what are things that you've seen that you feel like are important to have in there? That would be a great question. Great question. Okay, let's continue on to the next question. Okay, next question. Okay, Cajun Teacher says, and guys, if I skip your question, I'm so sorry. Just say it again, because if I don't answer them, put a question mark behind your question, guys, so it appears yellow. If you're wondering how some are turning yellow, if you put a question mark behind anything you say, it will always appear yellow, and it's easier for me to see them. And it also comes in my question bucket on Whatnot. Let me show you guys so you guys can see. So see how there's a question bucket right here? If you don't put a question mark behind it, it won't pop up. Okay, guys. So just keep that in mind. Okay, put a question mark behind it. Okay, Cajun Teacher says, question about new seller bonus. I have been approved for a while, but haven't yet. Can I still get a nice cash bonus? I never sold yet because no face. Oh, I see. I think that the new seller bonus, and remember, guys, I don't work for Whatnot, so I'm not 100% sure. But what I think is that you only have a certain amount of time to get the new seller bonus. I believe when you sign up, you have a certain amount of time. I didn't have that when I started, so I didn't experience that. Okay, some people are saying 7 days, some people are saying 2 weeks. It might be different on the promotion that Whatnot is having at that time. So I would say that it probably, if you're questioning it, you can always contact seller support and ask when your time is. But I think it's a short period of time that you have to do a show. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it says plus your time. How much is your time worth? Yes, exactly. And I feel like when people are coming up with their price of how much they want to sell their stuff for, they always forget to pay themselves. So don't forget, guys, please. I would hate for you to do this Whatnot journey and not pay yourself the entire time. That would totally suck. So make sure you incorporate how much it takes for you to run a show. You gotta pay people. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna continue on, guys, to what I was supposed to be talking about an hour and 30 minutes ago. Okay. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, if you I'm gonna take a quick commercial break. Give me 1 second, guys. How long have I been doing Whatnot? What do you feel like was the biggest help to get your sales or people? Yes. So I've been on Whatnot. Thanks so much for asking. That's a great question. I've been on Whatnot since October 2023. So I just hit my 2 years this last October. When I first started on the platform, I was selling clothing. And then I went into beauty and makeup. And now I live in the best category here on the platform, which is food and drink. I sell exotic snacks from all over the world. What was my biggest help to get sales or people? Practice. And I know that sucks as an answer, but it's so true. When I first started, guys, I used every show as a lesson. Literally, I broke down all of my shows. The best piece of advice I could give you is re-watch your own shows. Re-watch your own shows. Why? I hate the sound of my voice. And get over it. Get over it. If you re-watch your own shows, I usually did it when I was packing, right? Or if you're taking a shower or driving, just listen. You don't have to watch. I mean, you can watch it. But like, even if you, I know, cringe, re-listen or watch your shows because you learn so much about yourself and your selling. You're like, oh, I kind of took like 5 minutes to explain that one item. And you're not, and I don't want you to critique yourself in a negative way, but I want you to critique yourself in a way from a buyer's perspective. Like, think about when I go into someone's show, what makes me stay, what makes me leave fast, things like that. Okay. So what I noticed when I was rewatching my shows, I was like, wow, I spent a lot of time talking about the same item for too long. Like, say for it's been an hour, I'd only talk about like 20 items. You're talking about items for too long. If you guys come to my shows now, I'm speedy. I want to show you as many items as I can in a short period of time because you don't have a lot of time. We don't have a lot of time. You got to put the kids to bed. You got to go make some dinner. I want to relax and watch Netflix for a while. I only had that person for a short amount of time. So I want you to see as many items as I can possibly show you to give you an idea of what I sell. Does that make sense? So for me, re-watching my shows, I was like, that was weird. Like, why did I explain it that way? Maybe I should say it this way. And I always had to ask myself, would I buy from me if I was a buyer? And if the answer is no, something's wrong. Something needs to be changed immediately. Would I buy from me? We have to have honest conversations with ourselves in order for us to grow. And sometimes it's not the people. Sometimes it's us as sellers. Sometimes, guys, and that's such a hard pill to swallow. Sometimes it's us. You ever been into someone's show and you're like, ooh, that person was mean. I don't want to come here no more. Or whatever reason, right? So you have to figure out what your selling style is, what feels comfortable to you. Don't try to be somebody else, be you. If you're someone you're like, but Bunny, I have these really amazing vintage dinnerware sets. I don't know, I'm making something up. And you need to take time to sell them, that's fine. That's totally fine. I'm just telling you what works for me. What I think how people work and operate. There's some people who just come in other people's shows just to talk. Maybe you're just having a talk show like us right now. We're just talking, hanging out, having fun. Okay? So just watch your own shows. That's the best piece of advice I can give you. I learned so much about myself. I'm like, I said that? Why did I say it like that? I used to say that all the time. Be like, why did I say it like that? So just watch your own shows, my friends. Okay, let's see here. Do you suggest end times? What do you mean, my love, when you say end times? Like telling people what time you get off? Is that what you mean? Re-say it in the comments down below. Let's see here. What is the minimum show link you recommend? Never sure how many times to go through my inventory. Great question. I love this question. I love this question for several different reasons. Some people feel like they have to have a ton of inventory in order to have a show. Like sometimes I'll ask people, why haven't you had your first show yet? And they'll be like, because I'm getting inventory. You don't need a lot of stuff in order to do a show. Honestly, friends, you can have 25 items and just cycle through those things as many times as you want. That's what I did when I first had clothes. 25 items, and I would go through those items 1 to 25. And then guess what? I would start back at 1 again and do 1 through 25 again. Because guess what, people? There are people coming into your show throughout the entire night, and it feels like you've done it a couple times, but this is the first time someone has seen it, right? So you can go through as many times as you want. Now, I recommend when you're a new person on the platform that you need to take at least 1 hour, at least And I know that seems like a long time, but that's why we're practicing. That's why our first 10 shows are just practicing. Okay? Getting ourselves to understand how long that takes. What does it take to get through an hour show? Okay? 1 hour. Well, I was on for 15 minutes and no one came because you were only on for 15 minutes. Imagine TV shows. If their TV show was only 15 minutes long, I would probably miss that TV show all the time. It's only 15 minutes. There's a lot of things I could do in 15 minutes. Okay, guys? You have to give people enough time to show up to your shows. What if I'm making dinner? Your show might be at 7 o'clock. That's what time I'm finishing up with dinner, getting my kids ready for bed, and I will be there in a minute. But if your show ends, I didn't even get a chance to come. You ended it so quick. That's why you need to cover up how people for your show. You need to say, I'm going to be on for an hour, and you need to get through that hour. Okay? Rerunning your own inventory over and over and over again. And that's what's going to make you, honestly, that's what made me a good seller, is learning my inventory. I feel like that's one of the things that I highlight about myself, not in like a bragging way, but something that I took a lot of time to learn was my inventory. Because how can I expect people to buy from me if I don't even know what it is? Okay, so take all that time when you're rerunning your inventory over and over again. You're learning how to talk about it. Like, okay, now I know how to talk about dresses. Now I know how to talk about jewelry. Now you have to learn your stuff so that you can sell your stuff, if that makes sense. So minimum 1 hour. It's going to be tough at first. 1 hour talking to yourself for an hour it's going to be so hard at first. But I promise if you keep practicing over and over again, it will get easier. I promise it will get easier. 1 hour minimum. If you cannot commit to an hour, find a different time where you can commit to an hour. 15 minutes, 30 minutes is not enough. It's not enough for people enough time for people to show up. It's not enough time for the Whatnot algorithm to kick in. Okay? Will there be show analytics if you run an hour show only? Yes. There's going to be analytics no matter if you run a minute show. Your analytics will always show up after every single show. Okay? Okay, let me see here. There's other questions. She said, I'm sorry, I meant, do you do auctions? Do you write down the names and auction numbers? Okay, great question. Vineyard, thanks for being here, hon. So do I write the names of people? I get this question all the time. Like, how do you keep track of who got what, right? Okay, guys, you don't have to keep track of very much, okay? Don't overconsume yourself with that, okay? If you are taking the time to go into your store and do preloads, which means like going into your shop and typing in free people dress size small in the pictures. Thanks so much for the share, friend. And the picture and stuff. When you get done with your show, Whatnot is going to send you an email called a show summary. And on the bottom of this email, it's going to say how much money you made, how many customers you got, and then at the bottom, it's going to say start shipping. That's going to take you to your seller hub, okay? When you go to the seller hub, it's going to show you every single username and what that person got. So you don't have to keep track of that. Whatnot is going to keep track of it for you, okay? It's going to say, there you go, Zodi, just popped up. It's going to say natural state of high. It's going to say natural state of high, but these 5 items, okay? So then you go to your inventory and you pick up those items, okay? Now, I was just about to say that, if you are doing the random pulls method, you guys don't know what the random pulls method is, it's when you have one listing. I will show you because I do random pulls. Do I recommend random pulls for a first-time person? No. I think that you need to learn the basics first before you do random pulls. I think random pulls is more of an advanced selling method, but I will explain it for you guys. So down below, guys, this is my my random pools listing, which means I run this listing for everything. So it just says buyer's choice. And then I will run something. And if somebody buys something, that item is number 1. Okay. I run something else and someone else buys something, that item is number 2. So that's what random pulls is. You're randomly pulling stuff and you're showing it. Okay. What's up, Eve? Welcome in. Okay. If you do the random pulls method, okay, if you do the random pulls method, you have to keep track of what number is what. If this nail polish. I sold this, and this one was number 12, and I don't document that this was number 12, and I set it aside. You are going to have hell. It's going to be hell for you that when it's time to do your shipping, because you're going to be like, what the heck is number 12? Which one was number 12? And your hair is going to be on fire. So you need to make sure you're keeping track of how to get your random pulls. This is why I don't suggest that when you're first starting, you do random pulls, because there's a lot to goes with it, okay? So there's a couple ways that you can keep track. Me, I sell snacks. So I literally, since I will write a little small number in the corner of the item. So this one sold, these Oreos sold right here. I will put a number 1 right here, number 1 with a permanent marker. Now, if you do clothing, I don't suggest you permanent marker stuff up. Usually people will get hangers. And you guys, if you go to my show notes right here and go to the link that I provide to you guys on Amazon for different ways to track your random pulls. For clothing, I suggest getting hangers with numbers on it. So like if something, a dress sells number 1, you put that number 1 on top of the hanger. So now you know that that one's number 1. Okay. If you do makeup, when I used to sell makeup, I would have little number stickers. You go to Amazon and type in number stickers 1 to 50. So if I'm selling this nail polish and there's like a little number sticker number 1 here. So now when you're doing your packing, you can gather all of those items together. Okay. So if you're doing random pulls, yes, you have to track. And if you don't track, you're not gonna like yourself. And you're gonna quit because it's gonna be hard for you. I don't want you to quit. So yes, keep track of your stuff if you're doing random pulls. If you're taking the time to put everything in your shop, you don't have to keep track. Okay. I hope that helps. Okay, guys, let's see here. What's up, Evan? Welcome in. Let's see here.
Purchase your tracks today.
Yeah, what are raids and raid trades? Great question, Danielle. So what a raid is, so there's 37 people in here right now. Instead of me just ending my show saying, hey guys, have a good night, bye, right? We take all 37 of us and we go into someone else's show. It's kind of like a party, and we're like, all right, let's go into another show. So you take all of the people in your show and go into another show. That is called a raid. Now, what's up, friend? Welcome in. What a raid trade is, okay, is an event. Just like bar hop, that's a great example. A raid trade is an extension of a raid. So it's an event that a person, like we call them train conductors. That sounds so official. Or a train host, where they're like, I want to do a raid trade. It's usually a theme, for example, and each seller goes on for a certain amount of time. So it's a group of sellers who get together. Someone says, hey, I want to do a raid trade about snacks. Okay, so I get 10 snack sellers together and we do an event where I go on for 20 minutes and then I raid into the next person. It's like a scheduled event. And then Cat Dance, so she just came in, she's going to sell for 20 minutes and then she raids into Natural State of High. Okay, and then Natural State of High does her 20 minutes and raids into Asian Teacher. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's just basic. What's up, that? It's just basically an event that is scheduled, that is each seller gets to go on for a certain amount of time. I love raid trades because of I used to do snack trades all the time. That's so funny. Yeah, I do raid trades as well. I do them, and I'm also a host of them as well. I love raid trades because it puts you out there. Okay, if you want to know if you can hold a room, do a raid trade. Okay, so basically, people who most likely would have never discovered you are now discovering you through the person who is before you, if that makes sense, right? So it's basically everyone scratching each other's back saying, hey, I'm going to share my audience with you, if that makes sense, okay? One thing I will say now, when I learned about raid trades, okay, I was a raid trade hoe. I did every raid trade. I was like, I want to sign up for this one, and I want to sign up for this one. Don't do that, guys, okay? Not all raid trades are created equal. You need to do your due diligence in making sure that the raid trade host is someone that is actually, first of all, a good person or a good host or a good seller. Because what if you didn't do your research, right? And you sign up for this raid trade, and the person that was doing the raid trade is someone who yells at their chat. Come on, chat, beat it up. Why? He cusses his chat out all the time. I don't want to associate myself with a seller like that, if that makes sense, right? So you have to make sure you actually agree with the host, if that makes sense. You like the host, not just like personally, but like you're the same vibes as the host, if that makes sense. Okay. Another thing, I'm not going to sign up for someone's raid train if they sold 2 items. That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? So you have to make sure not all raid trains are created equal. Do a little bit of back work. Dang the shit. I'm being honest. I'm just being honest because that person is, you don't know how to sell. So how can you run an event? If that makes sense. Just being honest. I wouldn't, it doesn't make sense. You don't know how to sell yet. So you don't know how to run an event. Okay. Just makes sense. Just makes sense. Okay. It's kind of like going to asking someone to be your personal chef and they've never cooked before. That doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense, Pat. Okay, so make sure you do a little research about the person you're doing the raid train with. You're good to go. Okay, now please understand that the purpose. I see a lot of people get tripped up. Let's end this poll. Let's do another poll. I see a lot of people get tripped up and they feel like, oh, I don't want to do that raid train anymore. I didn't make any money from it. Because each raid train is different. All of them have different rules. Some of them require giveaways. Some of them, you have to sell your items for a certain amount of money. And people will be like, oh, I'm not doing raid trains anymore because I didn't make any money. Please understand that the purpose of a raid train is not money. I know it sounds like it should be, but the purpose of a raid train is exposure. The more people who know about you, the more likely they are to come and hang out with you to buy next time. Do you want to make money? Yes. The point of Whatnot is to make money, but the purpose of a raid train is for exposure. So keep that in mind. That's why when the first thing we talked about an hour and 45 minutes ago is mindset. It's exposure to a new group of people who would have never had eyes on you other than this. Does that make sense? Yeah, so sometimes you'll hear people, you'll be on a raid train and not know it. You won't know it. Slutty says some people don't know there is a snack category. They came across Bunny on the raid train. Yes, exactly. Thank you so much, Slutty, for saying that. Yeah, exactly. You will learn about new sellers on a raid train for that. Now, I don't suggest doing raid trains when you first get started. I don't suggest doing raid trains when you first get started. And the reason why I'm saying that is because remember when we talked about like promoting earlier, you have to learn basic fundamentals in order to hold the room. Hold the room means if people come, most of those people are staying. Not everyone, because no one can do that, friends. That's impossible for every single person who comes into your room. You keep them. It doesn't work that way, okay? So you're learning basic things first. Once you feel like you can hold a room, let's say, oh, sorry, y'all. I was reading one of my mods. Okay. If you can't hold a room yet, you need to continue to learn. You need to continue to get your selling skills up, okay? Once you can hold about 10 to 20 people in your room, then I would suggest you can start doing a raid train, right? It's to your benefit to learn how to do the fundamentals first before doing a raid train, okay? Because there's these people, what do we call them? People who derail the train. You guys know what a train is, and it goes off the tracks, and then it crash and burns over there inside because you don't want to derail a train. Okay, that's what people call them, guys. Meaning, we sent all these people over to your room. We sent 50 people to your room, and then when you got done with your show, there was only 12 people left. That's derailing a train because you don't know how to hold those people yet. And it's true. It happens, okay? Because you're still learning, okay? Now, there are some trains who are just set up for newer sellers. There's some trains who are more like competition, advanced sellers. There's a raid train for everything out there, guys, okay? So there's one out there for everyone. But I suggest if you want to maximize the benefit you can get from a raid train, learn how to sell first. Learn the basics first. Okay. If I wanted to sell 4 coffee cups together, how would I do that? You just make a listing, Vintage. You just make a listing, take a picture of them, weigh them out, and then set it as an auction or buy it now. Super easy. Make sure you weigh them out, okay? DM me, Dave. I'm not 100% sure. But thanks for asking. I appreciate you thinking about me, love. Okay, let's see here. Let's continue on.
Purchase all tracks today.
Oh, why is everything you say a muted word? I don't know which words you're saying. Let me see. Oh, because you said store. You said store. So muted words are things that you can choose. I don't like when people come into my show and they'll say something like, "Oh, I can get that at my I can get that at the store down the street." You see how that it throws off people. Nothing you said was wrong, but sometimes people will say that I just put that in my my muted words because it distracts the chat, but you didn't do anything wrong. What you said was completely fine. It's just for the people who do say weird stuff like that, so you're good. How do you find rate trains? Yeah, great question. Once you've had the fundamentals of keeping a room that you can hold the people who are in your room, you can simply just go to Whatnot search bar at the top of your screen. When you go to search, type in rate trains and a whole bunch of them will come up. Okay. Now, if you are going to reach out, because I'm at rate train host or conductor, whatever you want to call it. If you're going to reach out to someone about a rate train that they are having, please do not just be like, "How do I get on your rate train?" Question mark. Do not do that. Do not do that. What's up, Daisy? How are you? Please make sure you send a message that means something. Meaning like, "Hey, my name is Bunny. I sell exotic snacks from all over the world. I noticed that you're having a raid train on April 6th, and I think that it would be really cool if I can join that if you have any available spaces. Definitely let me know. Come check out my show, maybe if you want to, whatever. But you need to introduce yourself. Like, I'm gonna be honest, guys. If people slide in my DMs, my direct messages, send me a message, and they're like, how can I be on your rate train? I don't even look at those. I don't even look at those. Does that make sense, friends? Like, because it just sounds like, "Hey, what can you do for me?" Like, you're not even taking the time to introduce yourself. I don't even know who you are, right? So you should take, anytime you're messaging someone about something like that, like, introduce yourself. Is it okay to reach out to someone that you don't know and ask to be on the rate train? Absolutely. Some people don't agree with it. They feel like they don't want to reach out to people. When I first started, y'all, I reached out to everybody. I'm like, "Hey, my name's Bunny. I noticed you're having a raid train. I think I would be a really great addition. I sell snacks." Like, don't just say, "Can I be on your raid train?" Actually introduce yourself. That's one thing I will say. Now, they might not respond back to you. That's okay. They might tell you that the train is full. What I would recommend is say, "Okay, no problem. Definitely keep me in mind for next time." Or if someone cancels, please add me to the wait list. You'd be so surprised. When I first started, how many people would back out of a raid train, meaning like they got sick, maybe something came up with the kids, and they can no longer fill that spot. And now they're kind of rushing, like, "Oh my God, who do we ask?" You'd be surprised how many people were like, "Hey, can you do this raid train for me tomorrow?" Sure, no problem. Okay? Remember, Whatnot in business, period, is building connections with people. That's all it is, guys. That's all it is. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Don't expect people just because you message them that you're gonna be a part of their raid train. It doesn't work like that. You have to build connections with people. You have to go say hi, go check out their shows. Like, be a decent human being. Don't just be like, "What can you do for me?" Okay? I hope that helps, guys. I hope that helps. Okay, let's see here. Guys, point number 4 of 12, 2 hours later. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, let's continue on. I'm going to go through these pretty quickly. I know. Look, I can't help myself. No, it's not your fault. Usually I ask you guys to stay on topic, but this time I did not ask you guys to stay on topic. So don't worry. I kind of let the floodgates open this time. Okay, guys. So next thing, you're thinking about becoming a Whatnot seller. What else do we need? So we talked about mindset. You're good. You understand what success looks like for you on this platform. We know who our target audience is now. Next thing, lighting. I know this might sound really simple, but lighting and camera setup is so important. If I cannot see what you are selling, guess what? I'm not buying it because I can't see it. And sure, have some good lighting. I have a ring light here, guys. get a ring light. Or if you don't have a ring light, you know what the best source of light is? Outside. You can literally set a desk up next against a natural light window. Open up the window and get the natural sunlight in so people can see. We don't want it to be dark. We can't see nothing. Make sure that it looks okay. Does everything look okay on the camera? Okay. Can you hear? Can we hear you okay? When you first start your show, you can just simply ask people, "Hey, welcome in. Does my camera look okay, or can you guys hear me okay?" I've been so hyper focused on the setup. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm really big on my setup too, but I wouldn't focus too much time into it. Like, don't stop doing your show because you don't feel like your setup is perfect. Because if I could have it my way, I would have neon lights and special shelving. Like, my setup is not perfect, okay, guys? But you can tell that my setup, I took time to make sure it looks right. Now, I don't usually sell like this, y'all. I'm in my kitchen. But when you guys come to my normal shows, I make sure that my setup looks clean and presentable. And it's enticing. When somebody walks by, when someone goes into my show, they're going to stop because I made sure that I put some really good pieces on the screen to catch your attention. Does that make sense? The same thing, we're going to use a real life example here. The same thing as if you walk at the mall, right? And you look at I don't know what they're called, the showcases, I guess, in the glass. They make sure they take time to grab your attention. Okay, so have your best items if you can. If you're a clothing person, have some items in the back hanging up. If you're a jewelry person, maybe have like a mannequin with a really nice piece in the back. Something to catch people's attention. Okay, make sure your item is your area is clean. Can't express this enough. Make sure your area is clean. Does it have to be spotless? No. We always talk about this. There's no reason why you have trash everywhere. There's a difference between there's pallet people who are getting out of pallets. That's totally different. I'm talking about trash. It just looks trashy. There's a difference. Okay? Imagine going to the mall and you walk into the store and there's boxes on the floor, there's trash everywhere. It just looks weird and unprofessional. So make sure you have a presentable place or an area. Guys, I don't have a large area. Do you guys want to see my exact area of how I stream? I did just actually post a video on YouTube. If you guys go to Blasian Bunny TV, you don't even have to subscribe. The only thing I ask you guys, if the video helped you in any way, or if you liked it, just give it a thumbs up. That's all I ask, okay? Blasian Bunny TV, I show you guys my whole setup of what my area looks like. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment, guys. I do not have a lot of space. I just don't, okay? Because I can't make extra space out of nowhere, right? If I can do it, you can do it. Just make sure it looks clean and nice and presentable. That's all. Very, very easy, okay? Next thing, inventory. I'm going to say this one really quickly. Your inventory doesn't have to be massive. I know that you go to your favorite sellers shows and they have tons and tons of inventory, and you think that you need 100 pieces to start on Whatnot. That is absolutely the biggest myth ever. No, you only need about 25 items to get started on Whatnot. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, and it's not. Because what you're going to do is you're going to go through those items several times throughout your show. You're going to start with item number 1. You're going to go through all the way to 25. And then when you get done with 25, you're not going to end your show. You're going to start back at 1 again. And you're going to go through those items again. And you're going to go through them again. Guys, when I was doing clothing, I would go through my items 4 times. At least 3 times. And I would have 25 items and I would go through them. Because guess what? There's new people coming in your show all the time. Okay? So even though it feels like you're repeating yourself, this is the first time me as the person is watching. Please do not let inventory stop you from doing your show. You do not need a lot of items to start here on the platform. Okay? The only focus for you is to stay on for at least an hour. That's the goal. Have as many items as you can. Go through those items. Okay? And if you're like, oh, feels like I keep saying the same thing over and over again. Great. You're practicing. You're learning how to sell. Okay? You're learning how to sell. Does that make sense, friends? Okay, so we talked about inventory. When someone does buy requested sizes, how do you know when to move on? See, I just run. So when I was doing clothing, or even when I do snacks, someone asks for a certain flavor. I will run about. Depends on how much inventory you have. I will run about like, I don't know, 5 items, and then I'll run to the next size. Now, if you have a show and there's only 5 people in there, and this is the only person who has asked for a certain size, I would dedicate your time to that person, if that makes sense. And then make sure that you're asking them along the way, not after every item, but you can say something like, for example, people come to my show, they're like, "Hey, do you have chips?" I'm like, "Yeah, I have tons of chips. What kind of flavor are you looking for?" And then I'll be like, sweet, spicy, savory, cheesy. Like, I'm getting an idea of exactly what they want, because the more that they respond to you, you can kind of find exactly what they're looking for. So when I was doing clothing, hey, do you have any size extra large? Yeah, I have tons of size extra large dresses. What are you looking for? A certain occasion? Are you looking for a color? You know, kind of you're wanting that person to feel like you care, because you do, right? You should, at least. That you are caring about what their requests are, if that makes sense. This is why I highly, highly recommend, especially if you do clothing and you're brand new, I suggest adding those clothing items to your shop. If you guys know what a shop is, or a bin, buy it now bin. It's this little icon right here. It's your little icon right here on the side, okay? When you click that, now you can see someone's shop. When you're doing clothing, you can always, when I did clothing, I would do this. If you go to my shop and type in the size extra large, if you're going to do titles, if you're doing clothes, make sure you put the size of the title, okay? Because you can say, "Hey, go to my shop, type in extra large. Everything that I have in extra large will be right there." Now it makes it convenient. Your shop is like a little employee. Guys, I forgot to say this earlier. I'm a one pony show. It's only me. I have no other person sourcing for me. I have nobody helping me do my shows. I have nobody packing for me. It is just me. So in my mind, my little shop over here is an employee of me. It's an employee of mine, right? Because if I put things in my shop, it's working for me behind the scenes, right? Because you can, if I tell you to go into the shop and type in extra large, right? You can see all the extra large items I have in like 5 seconds. You go in about a minute, you can see all the things that I have. I can't show you everything I have in extra large in 1 minute. Does that make sense? So use the tools that Whatnot gives you to the best of your ability so that it works for you. Okay? Okay, so we talked about pricing already. Packaging material. Oh my gosh, people forget about this one. Before you have your show, yes, that makes sense. It could be a lot, but not the styles they're looking for. Yeah, so it just depends on, I'm just making stuff up, whatever feels good for you. That's why I suggest just having it in your shop, because that way they can look for it really, really easily and pick what they want. Okay? Because some people are also shy. Some people don't want to actually type in the chat down below and be like, "Hey, do you have this?" Some people they kind of just want to be there. "Hello, welcome in, friend." They just want to be there. And if you have stuff in your shop, guys, I literally have customers that shop with me every single month and have never said anything to me, ever. They just go into my shop and buy stuff, or they'll just swipe on things that they want and they don't communicate. And that's okay. They don't have to communicate if they don't want to, but if you have things in your shop, it's easy for those people to see what you have too. Okay, next topic, guys, is packaging material, and we're gonna fire these off, okay? Packaging material. You need to make sure that you've sold all this stuff. How are you gonna send it to someone, okay? You need to have boxes or bubble millers or poly millers, depending on what you're using. Don't freak out though, because you can order free boxes and materials from the USPS, the United States Postal Service. Go to USPS.com, make an account, and you can get free boxes there. You can order as many as you want, and it will be free. They'll deliver them right to your door. Okay, guys? So you're good there. Get your boxes. Make sure you get different sizes too, because you will learn which boxes work best for the things that you sell. Okay? Let's see here. You're going to also have to think about a way to print your shipping labels. You're so welcome, friend. And if you guys are visual people like me, I'll pin this down below one more time for you guys because I keep forgetting to mention it. If you guys want to know exactly how to do it, I have it on the YouTube channel as well. Vision Money TV. I literally walk you step by step on how to order those and best practices and things like that. Okay. How are you going to print your shipping labels? When people buy stuff, you need a label to put on their box. How are you going to print those shipping labels? What's up, random girl? You need to make sure you have something. Either a traditional printer is just fine. If you have a printer at home, go ahead and do that. I have a thermal label printer that I really love using. I didn't buy it until about 3,000 sales in. I would suggest buying it a little bit, earlier than that, but you don't have to have a thermal printer in order to sell here on the platform. Just need a way to print your items, print your labels, okay? The reason why I love my thermal printer so much, and if you guys want to know which one I use, ancient, long time no see, take a look at the show notes. There's a link that I have an Amazon Amazon list of all the things that I use in my business, okay? So I love using the thermal printer for a couple different reasons. One, it's just faster. The biggest thing is it doesn't require ink because it is printing off of heat, thermal heat. So cool. You do not need ink. It will just print. The only thing you have to buy after you buy the thermal printer, which can be, guys, this is a big budget. So I've seen thermal printers as cheap as $30 all the way up to $300. So there's one for every single budget, okay? Mine was about $75, the one I got, okay? After you buy the thermal printer, the only thing that you need to buy from here on out are labels. I can get about 1,000 labels for $20 on Amazon. So it is very cheap compared to buying $100 ink cartridges, okay? Now, do not go out and buy a thermal printer just because. Do not do that. Only buy the thermal printer if you want to if you say like, okay, I want to do this, like, I want to do this whatnot thing, okay? Not just doing it just because you think you need it. I would say reward yourself with that. That's what I did. I was like, if I get to this many sales and I actually really like this, then buy it, okay? Unless you just really want to, but there's no reason for you to have to buy it right now if you already have a printer, okay? Mine works for it works for any platform you're selling on. Yes. And then also you can make little, so this is one of the things that I made. You can make this, welcome to the Bunny Bunch. Thank you. And this is like a QR code and please leave a 5-star review. This is something I made, what's up, Prevent, with my thermal printer. You can make any custom designs you want. And the only complaint that I would ever have about my thermal printer, I was like, because I like to live in color, y'all. Okay, I like color and glitter and all that stuff. And the thermal printers are only black and white. But as of 2 weeks ago, they now have thermal printers in color. Oh my God. Y'all, I'm really debating if I want to get one because it's really not needed. It's really not needed to have color, but I'm really debating if I want to get one or not. They had thermal printers in color. You really don't need it. It's not necessary. This is, look, I might reward myself that for my birthday or something. I don't know, because I really don't need it. I have a thermal printer that works just fine. It works just fine, okay? Just so I can have a little red heart. It's not really worth it. But if that's what your jam is, if you want to do it, that's your jam and jelly, go for it, okay? Another cool thing about the thermal printers, really, really quick, is that they're weatherproof. So if it rains, you don't have to worry about the ink smearing because it's good. It's good to go. Okay. And it's just stick and peel. It's like a big sticker. Let me show you. It's like a big sticker. And you literally take this and slap it right on the box. So you don't have to, y'all, I was using scissors, cutting labels and tape to tape it. It was a lot of labor after a while. Now, if you're first starting out, we only have a couple orders anyway, right? So it's fine to cut and tape. But when I got to the point where I was like doing this more like full time, I was like, I can't do that no more. Okay, but get yourself a thermal printer eventually. Put that on your wish list. It's not a must have, but you do need to figure out a way to pack your items. Okay, and print your labels. Now, depending on what you sell, you're gonna need additional shipping things, right? You're gonna need some basic things. Y'all got scissors, things like that. Box cutter. One thing that you have to keep in mind is like like bubble wrap. If you're selling like vintage or something that needs to be protected, like me, I sell cans of soda that needs to be wrapped in bubble wrap, guys. So that costs me money. Those are not free. That costs me money to have, making sure that my items get sent to my customers safely, because you don't want to do all this work, all the work that we've been talking about for the last 2 hours to get customers, right? And then you get the customer, and then have you guys ever got a box and you opened it up and it was just like, dang, like everything is all over the place. The box is too big. Stuff is broken. Like that person didn't take the time to pack it properly so that you could love the item that you got, right? So keep that in mind, friends. You want to make sure you're packing with care, okay? Let's see here. Okay, speaking of shipping, because I know a lot of you guys, your biggest struggle is shipping. I have bought so much that I don't have to get the bubble wrap for years now. That's great. I do. What's up, Mercy? How are you? I keep all my stuff. Like when I buy from Amazon or any of my other suppliers, if they send me boxes and there's like bubble wrap in there, y'all keep all of that. Ask your family and friends. It might sound weird, but that group text with your family, ask and say, hey guys, can you start keeping the bubble wrap in the boxes? And I keep all of that stuff, guys. That's like a discount. It's like free stuff. Because otherwise, we're gonna have to buy it anyway. So you might as well keep it. A friend of mine receives a package with Cheerio. Oh yeah, girl. And please don't, guys. I understand why people would want to reuse cereal boxes and macaroni and cheese boxes. I get it, right? Because it's saving money, but those boxes are not meant to be shipped. They are meant to sit on your counter. Those boxes don't have a lot of like, they're not made for durability. Okay, could it make it successfully? Have I received a box that wasn't a shipping box that made it to me safely? Yes, I actually got sent a tampon box. Somebody guys sent me my stuff in a tampon box. Okay, so can you do it? Yes, but it's a really awkward experience to receive something like that. I've even seen someone. I know. I've even seen people get like Trojan condom boxes, and that's really awkward. Guys, please don't do stuff like that. Let's just don't do that. Don't do it. Okay. I understand, right? Because it's like I'm reusing, I'm recycling, I get it, friends. But those are not made to be shipped with, right? So if you guys have been a seller before, or even if you've received it, you don't have to be a seller to realize this. You ever got a box from the post office and it's just like completely damaged? Like you want to do everything in your power to protect the items that are in your box, right? Because guess what? Even though the USPS is playing soccer with our packages, guess who's going to get the bad review? It's not going to be. They're not going to type on your review. They're going to be like 1-star review. Receive items damaged. You get what I'm saying? Like, why do that to yourself when you can get free you can get free boxes that are actually durable from the post office. Don't set yourself up like that. Now, if you want to do that, you do it. It's your business. That's the cool thing about Whatnot. It's your business. You can literally do whatever your heart desires on here. So if you feel like your brand is about recycling and reusing, go for it. We listen and we don't judge. You can do it. I'm not doing it for my business, but if you want to do it, do it. Do it for fun. Items were fine, but I got a box that literally looked like it had been kicked. Yeah, it happens. That's why I said they play soccer with their boxes. Okay. So I feel like one thing that I want to talk about is shipping really, really quick, guys. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because it's a dense subject. I feel like I see so many people say that I got approved as on Whatnot as a seller, but the thing that is preventing me from doing my first show is shipping. And I totally get it, especially if you've never sold on any other platforms before. Shipping can feel daunting. It can feel confusing. You just don't know where to start. You go to this person's show, they say use priority. You go to the next person's show, they say use round. You go to the next person's show, they say they use flat rate. So you're super confused. I totally get it. However, shipping is not as hard as you think it is, okay? It's not. When in doubt, just use the default settings, which are going to be priority. And when you do your shipping set, it's going to be priority, 1 to 5 pounds, priority, more than 5 pounds. I think those are the defaults, okay? If you want a guide to help you along the way. If you want a free version, I would suggest going to my YouTube channel, which is going to be Blasian Bunny TV. I'll tag it down below. If you have 1 hour, I think there's 2 videos. Okay. One is 27 minutes and one is 20 minutes. Okay. If you watch those videos, it will give you a better understanding of how Whatnot shipping works. And I don't tell you what I do, if that makes sense. I teach you how it works for Whatnot. So depending on if you sell jewelry versus snacks versus clothing versus Funko Pops, like I'm teaching you how Whatnot shipping works, if that makes sense. Because I feel like that's the biggest struggle is people are like, well, this person said do this. Well, it's like that person doesn't sell what you sell. So like how I ship snacks is going to be completely different than how someone ships jewelry, if that makes sense. And I think that people get confused because they hear so many people talking about shipping. So give your guys, dedicate not even 1 hour. I think I said the first video was 27 minutes and the second video was 20 minutes. Okay, guys, I know 47 minutes seems like a long time, but if you want a free way to understand how shipping works, it's out on my YouTube channel, Blasian Bunny TV. I try my best to break it down for you guys so it makes sense for someone. I appreciate you, Crystal. What's up, Dave? How are you? So it makes sense for someone looking at shipping the first time. Because you hear, why is people saying 921, this 7, this 10 that? It's just a lot of stuff. It's so much. It's so much. And I just can't talk about it in like a 5-minute show. So if you want a free resource, go to the YouTube channel. Okay. If you want something, this is something that I wish I would have had when I started here on the platform. What about shipping 1 to 3 ounces if it is any item weight? Okay, I'm sorry. What about shipping 1 to 3 ounces? Is that any item weigh that? So what I would suggest is when you're making a listing, it's going to ask you for the title, the description, and then it's going to ask you to put the weight in there. If the item is between 1 to 3 ounces, then yes, click that 1 to 3 ounces. However, guys, keep in mind that when you are doing your shipping, it's called a shipping settings or putting in the weight for your listing, that it's not just the item. So where's my lip gloss at? Okay, it's not just, I'm not taking this item and putting a label on it and handing it to the postmaster. Like, okay, here's my package. I'm putting this in a bag or a box or a bubble mailer. So you have to keep it in thought how much your item weighs plus the packaging that it's going to be with. Okay. If you're like, I don't know how much that weighs, I'm glad you said that. Because I wouldn't either. You got to get yourself a scale. I have mine right here. It sits right underneath my desk. You don't need this one, y'all. I got this one out of convenience at the USPS. Get one on Amazon for $20. This one was like $40. Don't do that. Go get a cheap one on Amazon, y'all. Okay. I just didn't know. I was new and I was just like, I need a scale. And I got one. So get one on Amazon. Make sure it's at least 25 pounds. That's what I would suggest. 1 to 3 only in small envelopes. I mean, unless you just have a really, really lightweight box, but I would assume that 1 to 3 ounce items are going in like an envelope or like a poly mailer or something like that. But again, it depends on what you sell. It depends on what you sell. Okay, now if you guys want something that you can actually hold on to, I did make this thing called the Whatnot Shipping Desk Companion Bundle. They require something. What kind of phone stand ring light do you use? I use just a regular phone stand. Like I have like an iPhone that has like the magnet on the backside of the phone of my phone case, and that magnet just goes to a phone holder. So that's what I use to do for my shows. Literally nothing fancy. And then it's actually in my show notes. So if you click the show notes right here, there's a little link to Amazon. That link that tells you everything that I use, the exact same things that I use. My label printer, my ring light, my poly bags, like the tape I use, like literally everything I use, guys, is in that link. So if you want to know the exact thing that I use, that's there. If you won't be able to click the link and it won't take you anywhere. You have to actually just take a picture of it. And I think if you have an iPhone, once you take a picture of it, go to that picture and click it there, if that makes sense. That's everything that I personally use. even my computer, like everything that I use for Whatnot is on there. Okay, guys, you don't have to use that stuff. That's just what I personally use. Okay, so that will be able to help you. Okay. What was I saying? Oh yes. So if you the free version is going to be on the YouTube. However, if you guys want something that is going to be something that you can have next to you when you are shipping, because I think the hardest part for me when I was first learning, because I didn't have any friends, guys. Couldn't ask anyone. They didn't have shows like this when I first started. So I just had to learn on my own. And I feel like for me, my biggest struggle was understanding why would someone use flat rate over priority. Hold on 1 second. Why would someone use flat rate over priority? That was, yeah, it was hard back then. Yeah, I know, right? I just couldn't understand it, right? So I told myself if I was able to catch on to Whatnot the way I wanted to, then I would teach other people how to do it. Because once I got through my journey of like learning, the learning curve of Whatnot, it's okay. So this is something that I wish that I would have had when I first started. So this is something that I made, and I made it on a hook like this because in my head it's like something that hooks on, like if you had like a nail and you hook it on to like your wall where your shipping station is. It's actually a laminated book, and it's called the Whatnot Shipping Desk Companion, and it tells you little things like each kind of service that UPS has. So like ground, priority, flat rate, first class, hazmat, medium mail, international. It tells you how long things take to ship, how much it costs, things like that. Another question that I get asked all the time is how do you turn on first class shipping? So this is like the steps to do that. And then I actually made examples of every single label that you could ever see on Whatnot. And this is just someone's fake. I made these up, guys. Fake address. So this is what a ground shipping label looks like. And then I made a chart like this, guys, that also comes in the bundle. It's laminated too so that you can use it if you accidentally spill your coffee on it. It's totally fine. And it basically shows, okay, ground advantage. What can you use for ground advantage? You can use a bubble mailer. You can use your own box. You cannot use a priority box. You cannot use a flat rate box. So it's showing you exactly what to use, what label goes with which box, because it breaks my heart, guys, when I'm looking at the Facebook groups and I see people like, oh my God, how do I get out of this? Like I chose flat rate and now I owe Whatnot $100 because I didn't do the shipping right. And it's so sad because I just wish that people would have learned how the shipping works prior to doing it. Okay. So I have this, what is this called? This chart here. And then also one thing that I use this every single day. It's on my computer right there. This one right here is going to be an ounces to pound conversion sheet. And it basically is going to do ounces to pounds. For some reason on Whatnot, they ask us to do everything in ounces. So if you're not good with math or you just don't want to make a mistake, I've already made a reference for you so you don't have to do that. Like I try to make it easy as possible to learn shipping from new eyeballs, if that makes sense. And then I also give you guys, and this is the bundle that's right below, guys. And you don't have to buy it, but it's just something if you want an extra reference or something like that. And then I do also give you guys like a congratulations letter that just says that I'm really proud of you for taking the first step, becoming a Whatnot seller. And I give you guys some tips on things that I wish I knew when I started, if that makes sense. So this one is just free that I give to you guys, okay? So if you want, I call it a desk companion because literally I imagine this sitting on anyone's shipping station when they're first starting here on Whatnot. So I'm really excited about it because I took a lot of time to kind of put myself back into the shoes of a new person. Because look, I get it, y'all. Every top seller, guys, and I don't consider myself a top seller. I consider myself a seasoned seller, but every top seller here on the platform has been where you're at right now. Like they had to learn this too. And if they can learn it, if I can learn it, you can learn it too. You just have to get it broken down so that it makes sense. So I get out of all the questions I get, shipping is always, 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 always the number one asked question. So again, friends, go watch it on YouTube. And if you need extra resources, I do have that desk companion all the time. It is in my shop 100% of the time. So if you decide that you want to get it later, you can just get it even if I'm not on live, okay? I'm a visual hands-on learner. Me too. Me too. It's such a headache to make sure I don't mess it up. Yes, totally understand. I am a recovering perfectionist too, so I totally understand. Do you change your phone camera settings for streaming? I'm trying to show close-up details, and it is blurry. No, I don't change anything. I have an iPhone, and I just turn the camera around, like so it's not front-facing. It is back-facing. And I don't like do close-ups or anything because that will make it blurry. I just back up the phone, if that makes sense. I don't know what kind of phone you have. There's a lot of people on. I don't have a YouTube video about that, but I'm sure there's a lot of people on YouTube. You could just type in like how to set up your phone for whatnot, and I'm sure someone can show you step by step, depending on what kind of phone you got. Okay, friend. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Okay, guys, I have been on. I always do this. I always say I'm going to be on for an hour, and then I'm always on for 2.5 hours. I do it every single time. All right, my loves. Let's see. What else do I want to talk about before we wrap up? Oh, some things that I want to talk about. Okay, please, guys. I am not the only person on here that gives really good information about how to do whatnot. I am not the only person. There is tons of us here that do a really good job of explaining whatnot from their lenses. So one thing that I created last year is an event. We were just talking about Rage Train. It is called the Better Together Seller Support Rage Train. We do it once a quarter, so this will be the second time that we've done it. It is going to be scheduled for February 22nd. So if you guys see it down below, it's going to be myself and 15 other sellers, okay? And each seller has 20 minutes to talk about a topic that is true to them, what they decide they want to do about whatnot. So the topic that I will be doing is what I wish I would have knew when I started on whatnot. I did it last time too. I got a lot of good responses from it. It technically starts with me, but I'm just like doing the starting show, random girl, and then the sellers go, and then I'm towards the middle, and then I wrap it up too. For me, I'm doing the kickoff show is what we call it, and I'm introducing all of the sellers. So I won't be talking about my topic first, if that makes sense. So if you want to be notified when that event happens, there's two things you can do. You can either click the photo down below and bookmark that show. It is going to be all Sunday long. We're going to be doing it, different topics like how to keep a room, how to engage with your chat, how shipping works, how taxes work. We didn't even talk about taxes. And these are she's a actual accountant, so you're hearing it from her on how to do stuff. What's another subject that people are doing? Lots of cool stuff, guys. I can't think of it at the moment. And the cool thing is every single seller, there's 15 of us. Every single seller will be doing a giveaway that benefits a seller or helps them on their whatnot journey. Okay. So it can be something as simple as like a notebook for you to write your ideals down. Last time I actually gave away a thermal printer as a giveaway. One of my people also did consultation service. Like there's a lot of cool things, and I don't tell them what to do. They can choose whatever giveaway that their heart leads them to do. So it is very, very awesome, guys. So if you want to be a part of that event, it is an all-day thing. You do not have to catch every single seller. But the thing is, even I've been on the platform for 2 years. When I watched the whole event last time, I learned so much. I learned so much, and it's cool to hear it from another person's perspective too, right? Because we all have different experiences here on the platform, so you do not want to miss out. You do not want to miss out. Again, friends, it's going to be on February 22nd. You can either bookmark the photo down below, or you can click my face up here in the top corner and scroll and bookmark that show as well. I will be giving away another thermal printer for that show as well. So I'm very, very excited. We have some really, really amazing people. All the people are hand chosen, people that really, really inspire me, that I trust with the Whatnot community, because they do a lot of stuff for the community, guys. So I really, really trust these people are going to tell you good information. I wouldn't just put anyone on the Rage Train, if that makes sense. I trust them with my life, if that makes sense, okay? Okay, I just want to make sure I start at the correct place because I have, yes, awesome. Yes, she's also on Crystal's another amazing seller. She was on it last time, and I really loved how she presented her topic as well. So yeah, so all you have to do is I will be the kickoff person and then we go all day. And you might be thinking, wow, like 6 hours is a long time. Like, but I want you to think of it this way, guys. All the people that are going to be a part of this raid train are going to be sellers who know what they're talking about and are going to give you good information. So would you rather learn it on your own or hear it from someone else? All it is 6 hours, guys. It's like school in a way, but it's fun because you're getting a lot of knowledge from people who know what they're talking about. So I wish there was something like this when I started. We do it once a quarter. So we'll be doing it February, March, April, May. And then May or June will be the next one. Yeah, free education, guys. Literally free. And then plus, each person that is a part of the raid train also has their own community shows like I'm doing right now, which is really cool as well. So they're not just giving you information and just letting you like fly on your own. They actually do either weekly or bi-weekly or bi-monthly seller support shows. So that's a really cool thing as well. Okay. What else do we want to talk about? Really, really quick. Again, guys, if you want a free community, Whatnot Resellers Network, it is 100% free to connect and grow on there. It doesn't cost anything, guys. You can drop links to your shows. You can ask questions. It's a positive community, though, guys. It's a positive community, guys. I have before voted people for just being negative because that's not the kind of environment or community that I want to foster. So I just ask that you can have your own opinions. Not saying that you can't disagree with people, but let's keep it respectful. It's okay if people have different opinions than us, but you should never be rude to people. So I give people a warning, but then after that, guys, you gotta go. So let's just keep it positive about that. Yeah, for sure. I just don't like that. That's not the kind of environment that I thrive in, and I don't think anybody thrives in that. So there's no stupid questions because everyone was learning at one point in time. So you guys can ask, okay? Anything else I want to talk about? I don't think so. I think that's it, guys. We're officially at 2 hours and 30 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and call it quits. I hope you guys were able to learn something from today's show. I think that I'm going to start doing seller support shows. Let me ask you guys a poll really quick before we go. I usually do them every other Sunday, but I'm thinking about, I don't know if Sunday is a good day. It's a good day for me, but I'm open to trying another day. Hold on, what day works? Let's see, daytime works best for you for seller support shows. Hold on, guys. Seller support shows. I'm not gonna say look, guys, I am not a morning person, so you guys will rarely ever see me on the platform in the morning time. Oh, it's funny. Hold on. So we're gonna say weekday afternoons, like Monday through Friday. Oh, Monday through Thursday. Okay. Weekday evenings. What's up, Big Red? How are you, friend? Hold on. Weekend. Hold on, guys. Weekend afternoons. Weekend evenings. And then we're going to say keep it at Sunday. Keep it Sunday evenings. Okay, guys. There we go. So the question is, what day or time works best for you for seller support shows? Weekday afternoons, weekday evenings, weekend afternoons, weekday evenings, keep it Sunday. Okay, everybody's like, keep it Sunday. What's up, Big Red? Go Big Red. Guys, Go Big Red is my Nebraska friends. We're out here. If you guys did not know, we're from the beautiful state of Nebraska. Okay. Okay, everyone said keep it evenings. Another thing that I'm going to create for you guys soon is, like I said, I'm not the only person out here that has really, really great community shows. There's a lot of sellers that I really, really trust and know is going to give you good information. So I'm going to make something soon of all when their shows are, because a lot of them do them weekly or every other week or monthly or something like that. Okay. Weekday afternoons. Okay. I'll let that sit for a minute. So you guys, have any last thoughts? Because we're going to be wrapping up here in the next 5 minutes. I think I'm good. I'm just going to give you guys some time to answer that, give some people to come in. Okay. I plan on doing weekly YouTube drops though for you guys. I have a goal for myself and I'm going to try to, I have a 12-week plan of video topics that I want to talk about on YouTube that I feel like are like my top number one asked questions. That way, instead of me having to explain them all the time, some of them are dense, just refer you guys to YouTube. So I'm really excited about that. I will be dropping them so far every single Wednesday evening around like 5 p.m. Central Time. Okay. I wanted to say thank you for your help. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Love you. So sweet. It's not flyover country. Exactly, Big Red. Exactly. Guys, Zodi is another one, another seller that has shows every week. She has For the Win Fridays. Zodi, drop down below what time you usually do that. So that's another amazing resource, guys, where you can come in. And she has it's like focused around positivity and things that worked really well for you that week, and you want to share and celebrate with others. So a lot of amazing people that I know and love here on the platform. Okay? So I'll be doing those every single week. Let me go over some of the topics that I'm going to be going over for the next few weeks on YouTube. Okay. Around 8 a.m. Central, usually 8:08. Perfect. Thank you so much, babe. Okay, so some of the things I'm going to be talking about for the next coming week. So some of the videos that I already have, guys, are going to be what to do before your Whatnot show, and then things to do after your Whatnot show. It talks about like your setup, your mindset, your shipping. Oh my gosh, your shipping is a big one. I have a lot of shipping videos right now on the platform. I mean, on YouTube that show you how Whatnot works and visuals. I also have a lot of videos on giveaways, and I know that might sound like a weird topic to talk about, but for some reason, I'm very passionate about giveaways here on the platform because I feel like a lot of people don't realize what they're doing when they do a giveaway. And there's a lot of pros to giveaways and there's a lot of cons to giveaways. And I just learned it the hard way. So I'll be trying to teach people about giveaways. Giveaways are not everything they cracked up to be, y'all. Telling you. Oh, well, that's a whole nother subject. We might have to talk about that next Sunday. Okay. I do love giveaways when they work for you, but sometimes they work against you, which really sucks, guys. Because I don't know if you guys knew this, but people who have not bought anything in your store and win a giveaway are allowed to leave reviews. Oh, it's the worst. It's the worst feeling ever when you get a bad review. Like, for example, if I were to give away these Oreos in the flavor white peach oolong tea. They probably gave this as a giveaway. And then someone would leave a giveaway response like 1 star, didn't like the way they taste. You didn't even, first of all, you didn't buy it. I gave it to you for free. And then you say you give me a 1-star review because you didn't like the taste. Like, there's nothing I could have done to make them taste better for you. Like, I'm not the maker of Oreo. There's nothing I could have done as a seller to change your outcome. And I gave this to you out of the kindness of my heart. I had to pay for the item. I had to pay for it to get shipped to you. And you left me a bad review. And that leaves a bad taste in my mouth, y'all. I learned that the hard way. It really, there's some pros and cons to giveaways. I'll say that. Giveaways, I know, I understand. You gotta put that bunny love in there. Look, I almost rather not do any giveaways at all. Yeah, so I'm at the point now, Big Red, where you'll rarely see me do a giveaway. I used to do them all the time. It used to be so fun. But I just, most guys, I would say 90% of my bad reviews, 1-star reviews, are people who won giveaways that didn't buy anything. And that just honestly does not sit well with me. It does not sit well with me. It just totally sucks. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Not saying that you shouldn't do them. I think that they work to your benefit when you do them correctly. Well, okay, I'll explain something really quick why Whatnot allows it. The reason why Whatnot allows reviews for giveaways is because some people have abuse the giveaways here on the platform. I'll give you an example. So there was this guy, and I talk about this in a video on YouTube if you guys are interested. There was a guy who told everyone that he was giving away a PS5, like a PlayStation 5 gaming console, and he pumped it up really, really big. A lot of people came to his show. He did the giveaway, right? The receiver of the PlayStation 5, you know what they got? They did not get a PlayStation 5. They got a piece of paper with the letters PS5 on a piece of paper, which is a picture. So the reason why Whatnot allows giveaways, exactly, Zoe. The reason why Whatnot allows giveaways, reviews for giveaways, is to hold us accountable as sellers. And make sure that we send what we said that we were going to send. A lot of times, like Zodi said, a lot of people will do iPad giveaways and won't send you an iPad. You said, and I received an iPad. You're so silly. I just realized what you just said. I received an iPad. like an iPad. You're too silly. For real. So it's like, I understand why, right? But I want you guys to keep this in mind. When it comes to giveaways, they're 100% optional. You don't have to run a giveaway. It's optional. So if I don't like that a person can leave me a bad review for a giveaway, you know what you can do? Not run giveaways. I don't even want to know how much money I spent in 2025 on giveaways. We're talking about the shipping of the giveaway and the actual products of the giveaway. Because if you guys do not know, you don't realize we as sellers pay for the giveaway, shipping and the actual items. What are good inexpensive giveaways? It depends on what your idea of what inexpensive is. Prybar, and I will say that you have to be careful with inexpensive giveaways too, because check this out. So let me answer your question first. Inexpensive giveaways would be like stickers, bookmarks, postcards, motivational quotes, little notepads, $5 gift cards.
Purchase 4 tracks today.
Things like that. That's off the top of my head. Seeds, like planting seeds. I've seen people do that. Patches, like that you can put on like shirts and backpacks. This is the part that sucks. Cry. That's what I was saying earlier. So I used to do like sticker giveaways. Like I would give people like these really cool stickers, and I would get 1-star reviews on the stickers because they're like, this giveaway sucks. It was just stickers. And I get 1-star review on my stickers, or I would get 1-star review because they didn't like the color of the postcard I gave them or whatever. So it does suck. It does. And guys, I'm like one of those sellers who reads all of my reviews, and I had to learn. It took me about a year and a half not to get my feelings hurt when I got a bad review. Because I put so much like energy and love into my. Hi guys, welcome in. Hi Raiders. Hi, welcome. Who rated? Welcome in, guys. Honeycomb LLC, welcome in, friend. How are you? I hope you had an amazing show. Let's go ahead and open up your profile, guys. My name is Blasian Bunny. I sell exotic snacks from all over the world. But today, guys, we were having a seller support show because I absolutely love supporting new sellers and helping people build the confidence to be good Whatnot sellers on the platform. And open up your profile. Honeycomb LLC, thanks for visiting us. Our Whatnot store, we run a lot of amazing products from new to open boxes. We are a family-owned brick-and-mortar store located in New Jersey. Join us. It says join us on live so we can have fun. We have new products every day. Hope that it is you have fun in our shows. Thank you so much, friend. It seems like you have really awesome, amazing shows. Please go hang out with our friend Honeycomb. It looks like you don't have another show scheduled, honey. Let us know when your next show is so that we can support you, my friend. Thank you so much for rating us, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. What about people that say run giveaway? What's the giveaway? How long till it pulls? Okay, we can talk about that, Big Red, just a second, guys. So what the goal, guys, if you did not know, I sell exotic, and I have to say this really, really quick. I I sell exotic snacks, which means that I sell snacks from different countries, like brands that we know and love, like Oreos, Lay's potato chips, Kit Kats, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, but from like other areas with really cool flavors. I have to explain that when people come in for the first time because I feel like some people hear erotic snacks. There's a difference. Guys, I went to a party recently and someone asked me what I did for a living. And I was like, oh, I sell exotic snacks. And she kind of gave me this weird look and I didn't understand at first. And then she was like, oh, so you sell such and such. And I was like, oh, no. I sell like snacks like chips, cookies, and sodas. And then she was like, oh. So I feel like I have to specify that. I'm a very family-friendly show. So welcome in, guys. I've been selling here on the platform for about 2 years. I've sold in clothing. I've also sold in beauty. And then I also have a YouTube channel where I teach you guys how to sell here on the platform. No worries, CJ. Just send a cancellation, friend. No worries, love. Somebody told me I look exotic. Now I'm rethinking that compliment. I think that's a good compliment. I don't mind a little exotic. I think that sounds fun. Okay, guys. So today we were just talking about what to do before your first Whatnot show. So I do Whatnot full time, guys. I really love it here on the platform. So I'm just talking about things that will help you for success here on Whatnot, guys. Okay. I know. I'm about to get off, Jackie. I'm about to go to bed soon. All right, guys. Alrighty, so what was I saying, guys? We're talking about giveaways. We were talking about giveaways really quick. So Big Red said, and I know I keep saying we're gonna stop, and then I keep talking. What about people who say run a giveaway? What's the giveaway? How long till it pulls? Honestly, friends, if someone comes in my show and says, what's the giveaway? I usually don't even pay them any attention. Okay. Because usually that person's a givey goblin. If you guys don't know what a givey goblin is, it's someone who purposely goes into shows just for giveaways. They have no intention in supporting you or anything. They just want free stuff. Unfortunately, there are even YouTube videos that teach people how to get a whole bunch of giveaways, and they show all the stuff that they got for free on Whatnot. So these people literally have no intention of buying stuff. Now, if someone asks what the giveaway is, I usually am one person that I try to, what's the word I want to use? I try to be preventative. So when I do the giveaway, I make sure that I say what the giveaway is. And my giveaway, when I run one, will be the actual title of whatever I'm giving away. So if I'm giving away a $5 Amazon gift card, it will say Amazon gift card before they even hit giveaway. So you do your part as a seller to make sure you don't get questions like that, if that makes sense. Now, if you've done that and people are still asking, you can help. Hold on. You can still answer the question if you want to, but I usually don't answer it. I just let it go. If someone asks me how long the giving pulls, I also don't tell them, because remember, the reason why they're asking, because they're just wanting to know, how long are you making me sit here? How long are you making me sit here before I can go to the next show and get the next giveaway? Okay. So I don't answer that question. And then some sellers will just boot you. Some sellers will just boot you when you ask questions like that. So, I'm just saying, it depends on how you want to run your show. I don't like focusing energy on stuff like that, Big Red. I don't like confrontation. One thing about me is I hate confrontation. So I try to avoid it at all costs. So when I see something that is a little triggering, I will try to ignore it, if that makes sense. Okay. But it's all how you want to run your shows. Some people will simply just answer, oh, it's going to be stickers. Oh, you know what I mean? So it's just really what you want. But I just usually ignore it, or depending on how my mood is, I might just answer their question. I don't know. It depends on how I feel that day, to be honest. But most of the time I will ignore it. Okay. Crybar said, can we reuse our boxes we have received from here? Absolutely. You can reuse your boxes as long as they're good shipping condition. So if a box looks like it's been around the world, you might not want to reuse that. Okay. As long as it's still in good shipping condition and also matches the label. So if you're using a reuse priority box, we need to make sure that the label is a priority label, if that makes sense. Okay. So yes, definitely you can. Can you please check your DMs? I came across, can you please check your DMs when you can? I came from the raid train and was trying to see what you had to offer. Sure, absolutely, friend. I will check my DMs after the show. I can't do it during the show, my friend, but I will definitely check after. Thanks for asking. Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants should be about it. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, my loves. I think we're gonna call it a night. I've been talking for quite some time. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I will be likely on here next Sunday. It looks like the poll. Wow, most of you guys said keep it Sunday evenings, and then I got a couple people who said weekday afternoon. Okay, that's good to know. Good to know. Okay, let me take a screenshot of that.
Purchase your tracks today.
Okay, perfect. All right, my sweet loves, we are going to go raid into someone. When we raid, if you guys could do me a huge favor, if you guys could drop those bunny emojis and let them know that the bunny bunch is in the building. Let's go bless somebody with some peoples. Let's see who is there anybody on that is in community? Let me see, friends. Hey, guys, while I'm here, there is no reason why you shouldn't be raiding someone after your show is done. Okay, friends, there's no reason why you shouldn't be rating someone. That way you can bless people with more customers potentially. It will come back to you, I promise, guys. Okay, let's see who's on. Thank you a bunch for your time and efforts. Thank you so much. I appreciate you noticing, Red. That means a lot to me. Thanks, Sodi. I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. Dang, I wish she was coming on. She's not coming back on. She's not coming on for 20 more minutes. No. Okay, let's see who's on. You forgot to rate out. Yeah. You just have to get in the habit of like doing it so that you don't forget. Yeah, you should rate every single time it's someone because you never know, guys. Like you rating into them, you could get your best customer by rating into someone and someone's like, oh, I didn't know that you sold jewelry and now that's your best customer, vice versa. It's just paying it forward because I'm sure you've got rated before. You get what I'm saying? So it's like it's just no reason not to go support someone else. Like every single time. Some sellers here on the platform will say, well, these are my customers. I'm not going to give somebody my customers. I worked hard for these customers. It's like, but you get rated though. Like that to me is such a selfish way of thinking and running business is like, these are my customers. Like they're anybody's customers. Like it's whoever they decide they want to be with. Okay, let's see here, friends. Do you guys want to go see, I'll let you guys choose. Do you guys want to go see someone who sells snacks? Do you want women's contemporary or do you guys want garage sales? Snacks, freeze-dried candy to be exact, women's contemporary or garage sales. What do you guys want to see? I'll let you guys pick because the person I wanted to rate, she's not going to go on yet. Garage sales? Okay, we're going to go hang out with, since I got 2 garage sales, sorry, random girl. I'm going to go with garage sales. We're going to go see Janaya Cape Market. She's doing $3 starts. Everything must go. So you guys can get some really, really amazing deals from her. All right, friends, when we get there, can you do me a huge favor? Drop those bunny emojis down below so let her know that the bunny bunch is in the building. Love you guys. See you in 2 days. Bye.
Purchase your tracks today.
I can figure it out.